Welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena. Tonight we have CVAL and RLCS qualifying matches. Just like we did yesterday, we're starting out with a CVAL match as Boise State will take on UCLA in a West Coast battle. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer. I'm joined by Hayden Dalton. Call all of the action for you. Hayden, we're coming off a Boise State victory that we saw yesterday where they faced off against Utah State and got the victory there. So as they go into their third CVAL match of the season, where can we expect to see the Boise State Broncos fighting?
You know, it's not a surprise. I believe we'll probably see Ascent here. That's just the classic. We know UCLA is also a pretty good team out here, and I think that's the map that you see both these, the most even playing field. It's best for both these teams, and it's a good indicator of where each of these teams are placed skill-wise.
Well, Boise State's been on a tear as of late. They haven't just been winning their games, but winning them by a large margin. We're talking scores of 13-3, 13-2, 13-4 if the other team really wants to make a run at it. But all things considered, the Broncos have just been tearing through CVAL lately. But it is normal season. We've yet to get into playoffs. It's typically been a point where Broncos have struggled a little, but we were talking with the players yesterday, especially Prestige. They think that the team's in a really good place this season, and we'll see how the Broncos do. And if they want to improve and be performing at their best, then I can also think of one other place where they can derive a little bit of advice. It's Doc's Keys to the Game in Valorant, brought to us by Drop-In Gaming, and that's going to be to focus angles and flank, know your win condition, count cards and call abilities, and of course, click heads. It's all brought to you by Drop-In Gaming, the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Can play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. And it's just a bit of a teaser to what we got coming up later on in the night. We've also got some RLCS qualifying matches that, if you look to the left of the stage, where we'll see our Rocket League team also playing in those. There they are right now. Just getting some practice in, because this is high stakes. Above CRL, RLCS is the Pro League. So they want to go to the top. This is like their transition from collegiate into pro, and they are currently undefeated so far in their run. It's a double elimination, so if they lose two, though, they're out of the running to qualify, and we'll see how that turns out later on in the night. But now we do get on to what you were teasing, and that is going to be, yes, Ascent, I am informed, is going to be the first stage, followed by Bind. So two of the original three, very par for the course for how Boise State likes to play. They like to play the tried-and-true maps, the ones where everyone kind of knows the strategies, and it really comes down to a matter of technical skill. And normally, sometimes we see Boise State bring out off picks. Skelesis, normally is a duelist player, sometimes brings out the Neon on maps that can allow it. But overall, on Ascent, things are pretty locked in. I mean, you're going to have a Jet to op in the center. You're going to have a Killjoy for her utility as well.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while you do see a Cypher come out here. I think that's pretty much the biggest change, but you always got to have the Sova to counter that KJ. And yeah, I mean, there we are, both KJs.
Yep, you get the Sova, you got the Omen. The only thing that could possibly be different is UCLA if they choose to go with a different initiator, or if they even decide to do double initiator at all. But everything is pretty much a lock for Boise State.
Yeah, we bring that up and just instantly see, box standard is old school as it gets here. Minus, I guess, the KO instead of a Sky is something we've seen a lot more of. Yep,
and we get confirmation of the duel match. One thing Boise State has going for them is that Skies is almost a complete dedicated Sky main in terms of being a duelist, and can definitely make a lot of work happen in that role. And considering as Ascent is one of those stages with a very present mid that can determine the course of battle for a lot of the rounds, having a good Skies op is nothing to sniff at here.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Being able to make that pick right off the bat completely changes the dynamic of this map. As where do you put people? Like, if you lose your mid, you have to bring someone out, and that leaves one of the sites very weak. So, especially with how difficult it is to push some of these sites, it kind of sets the pace for the rest of the round. So we'll have to see how daring they are to go and try and get these picks mid.
Boise State now queuing up against UCLA. Boise State will be on defense first. UCLA gearing up for attack. And looking at what everyone's mind, we're seeing Skelesis deciding to go with the Ghost. A few classics, though, also. So not too much of a lean one way or the other, whether they want to go for pure offense or just completely load up on the abilities.
Yeah, we do see fairly standard start here. Sometimes you do see the Sova. That's usually more of a round 2 thing on B, but keeping a heavy hold on A and then just having that KJ who can hold sight essentially for themselves. Maybe not indefinitely, but long enough for the rotate.
Oh, Skies was aimed right down the barrel, but he got knocked out by the opposing duelist. So we might be starting a bit of a rivalry here in round 1. Meanwhile, Damio and Prestige both pick up 1 for themselves, going to leave UCLA in a bit of a tricky position, waiting for that KJ and Sova to regroup with them for a push. Maybe a split push, too, through Gardens, as that KJ is getting ever so close.
Yeah, a lot of that pressure is gone. The spike is down, though, meaning that there is no choice but to keep going this direction, leaving it for a pretty easy strategy for Boise State, just to hold the spike. They got to come to us.
Smokes are placed onto Heaven, meaning a push is probably going to be sooner rather than later. We go sub 30 seconds, bit of a reposition from Prestige. Door is down. As UCLA moves in, Rariana is going to be able to flush out with the help of Skelesis. Get rid of this. It looks like we got a reload battle there. Rariana wins it, and Boise State will take the first round.
Yeah, they say swapping your pistols faster than reloading, but both of them had to reload their pistols there. Unfortunate.
Boise State will get the chance to see what they want to play for this round and next. Should things go well, they want a bonus, and Rariana being a little bit spicy here, hovering over a judge.
Ooh, seeing some judge gameplay here, seeing if they can catch someone off, or surprise someone here in these close range engagements.
Skies already has Opping Dreams, wants to bring out the Marshal. He gets smoked off immediately, might have to reposition as there's fire through the smoke. He has to expend his Tailwind. Meanwhile, UCLA looking like they're going to push up through the same route they did last time, although they got a bit of a split push into mid as well.
Yeah, we see a little bit of scouting mid here, just kind of trying to get some intel, as they don't really have anything. UCLA has been playing very reserved and just keeping quiet here. One gets detected here, and so they know at least someone's around. Knowing it's the Omen doesn't give a lot, though, as he can smoke from so far away.
Have an ongoing peek here from the Sky, and definitely saw him manage to dodge the shot, and is going to try to drive him back with the grenade, but no damage really going on to that Sky. Prestige, though, still maintaining same position, gets, it looks like, a dink onto that Sky through the smoke, so that's some damage at least as the push goes up through mid-market. Boise State is moving back. Skelis is repositioning, trying to maybe catch one through the flank. Skies now also joins him. Shot through the smoke. Damio has the first one onto UCLA. Now Boise State moving back over toward B. How well is the KJ going to be able to hold down this Port Rariano with that spicy judge we were talking about? That's one pick. Skies also gets one with the Marshal moving around, and a jump battle to get the double. Rariana locks down the point and gets the defuse.
Yep, second round going to the side of Boise State, winning their bonus round. Going to be in a good position here as we go into round 3, where both teams Boise State has to make the decision: do they upgrade their weapons, or do they just go for what they have and try and double it up?
Well, this is the bonus round.
Yes.
So we're with the bonus, and so the good thing also is that with the second round, they didn't lose any single one, so they'll get kind of the maximum amount of credit advantage here, not having to spend to reload at all. And Boise State in the past few games, they've been so dominant that they've been winning the first 3 outright and then just continuing on in a snowball. And look at this positioning by Rariana, very close up to the doorway fish market. That might prove dividends later, as a good number of UCLA is coalescing around B lobby.
Yep, good use of the KJ turret to kind of get an indicator of when they would be pushing. Just kind of holding these angles. UCLA has been so far doing a good job of not really giving their cards away too early. So
trying to peek around. You can get the tension with a knife as the spike holder slowly moves up behind the sky. Does look like a push is getting ready to go through here. And the other good thing is he also has Skies backing him up and alongside like with the Marshall. Here we go. Peek around the corner. Nade is going to be expended, keeping UCLA at bay. The dash goes in from the Jet. No, he has to decide who he wants to go through, and he picks up the double, and maybe the Jet as well. Doesn't find that, but as I said, Skies does have the backup for Boise State, and it is almost a complete team wipe for UCLA. Just the KJ left.
Everyone just pushing through that door, and no one making it even past the shed at that point. Does not feel good. Daimyo will pick up the last one. That will be round 3, the bonus going out.
It's very much on pace for where we have seen Boise State in the past few days. Now they will have the luxury of buying all rifles for this next round, where UCLA going to have to go on to an economy round.
Yep, that's going to be most likely another one going Boise State's way, unless they can get some early picks. But, like, look at that. If the Judge was fully loaded there, they fired a few shots. That would have
great triple.
Do see the op coming out already. Gets some early intel.
Trying to bait out with the jump peek, but Skies has nerves of steel, just waiting for a more opportune time. Finds it! Skies, you cannot fake him out on the op. He picks up one for Boise State, already off to a great start.
Yep, they tried to get a little bit daring with that Marshall, but op has a little bit more damage, even with that shot through the wall. See, just Prestige kind of holding back. I think they got some knowledge here as UCLA is kind of getting ready to engage. Prestige finds one. Flashbang coming out, hitting someone, and then backing up. Skelis picking up a second one here. Detects the last two, so they know that they're somewhere in this area. Gets the scan out right through the smoke. Only one left on UCLA. Blinded, and Prestige will pick up the triple.
Complete flawless from Boise State, and we're seeing a continuation of what we saw yesterday with just how good the crosshair placement is for Boise State. You can see actually the pick right before this, Prestige just had it locked in, predicting perfectly where that head would be and only had to one tap with the Marshall. But then also just the pure, I mean, look at that, playing off of the util, immediately flicks over to catch Miffy, and Boise State is just firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, that goes to show just how well they're playing together. All 3 of those kills with some sort of utility or bait from another player. Just playing so well. Flashbang coming out mid. Recon dart.
Oh man, UCLA just charges right in, trying to take on Rariana. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Look at this flank also from Skelis with the Odin. Has to take out the turret and doesn't want to be spotted beyond that. So my hopes and dreams for an Odin team right will have to wait another day.
Yep. We see them stacking up for the side take. Getting some good damage in. This round will most likely go pretty quick here now. Teleport coming out. Good repositioning, kind of getting yourself out of that bad situation. Sees the gun barrel.
Oh, that's brutal.
Fortunately, wasn't able to capitalize on it.
Good double peek from UCLA. Damio now in a bit of a tricky situation, and UCLA cleans things up. With some good double peeks, team coordination, they get themselves on the board. So this might not be quite as much of a landslide as we thought it was going to be. UCLA might be finding their second wind.
Yep. Seeing the Broncos, though, because they won that bonus and they've had their guns so long, they're going to be able to buy the full kit back up again. Seeing the Op come out, seeing the Odin come out, big spenders, and still probably going to have enough for another round either way this goes.
Yeah, you got Damio and Rariana north of 4,000 credits. A bit of a different position from Skies. Well, UCLA is playing this cautiously. They got the spike way back. Not even picking it up quite yet. Alarm bot be triggered as you got one pushing through Fish Market. Reposition as a lot of UCLA is coalesced around mid. They got their spike planner waiting to maybe do a split push, but it's going to be a bit difficult with this angle Skies is holding. If Boise State manages to get them to drop the spike in that position. That's a great turn of events for the Broncos. Not even a chance. Tries to dash around, but Daniel has his number. Will be a 1-for-1 trade. Skies coming in. This is also a great angle. I don't think that they realized that Skies could get them from the back with the op if they're not looking this. He gets one. Boise State now up 4-3 in this match, and they're trying to focus down Skies, but it's just no use. He picks up a double with the op, and Boise State is picking them off one at a time. The spike holder as well for a triple. Boise State looking great for this round.
Yeah, just that Killjoy coming out there, and it's like, where do you go? We got people in tree, we got people in wine, nowhere to leave, and so they just had to push right into that op, and we saw how that turned out. Just one left on the side of UCLA. Roughly, their position roughly known. Every time I see those knives being pulled out, I just think jet knives.
10
Why's
seconds
KO
left.
got those? 5 seconds left, and it looks like
This might just be a save from UCLA, just trying to wait things out and maybe see if they can get an exit frag, but it was just too much. I mean, Skies is standing right over that spike with the op, so just has to let it go, be content with saving a Vandal for the next one.
yeah, we see just, yeah, there's nowhere to go here. That Sky's just playing so patient there. It's like, okay, we're just going to let him pass, and you can surprise him there. And this Killjoy, like, where do you go in this situation? There is nowhere you can go.
I mean, it's kind of placed, yeah. They're just no real options for UCLA. Boise State lost the previous round, so they had to spend all those credits to buy that op back. It turns out to be a worthy investment. Prestige not flinching too much, despite getting caught out by the dart. Have to reposition.
Flashbang going out there. One pick going down onto the jet. Gonna make these engages a lot harder for UCLA this round.
Might try also to reposition themselves, go through mid, but looky here at who has got a sideline onto mid again. The op just rings out, and it's another one down for UCLA.
Yep, 2 down and 1 minute left. Every second going down here is going to make this site push even more difficult. UCLA, if they want to do this, they need to find something quick, or Boise State can just sit back and let them run into them. See them kind of creeping around. They're desperately needing something here, but unable to find it.
Oh, the smoke drops, and Skies almost gets taken out, down to 25 health. Now reinforcements come in. He's going to get taken out by the shock dart. Nice play by Kimke from UCLA, but the person advantage is too much for UCLA to overcome. Spike is down clear in mid. That's going to be an easy position for Boise State to just keep watch over.
Yeah, Prestige getting that kill right as they got hit by the paranoia as well.
Left.
Just knowing where they were going to peek from.
Ariana goes in to pick up that all-important op. And Boise State will now move up to 6-1, leading by 5.
Yeah, and we see their economy there is already really good. So after this round, they will be have a little bit of that insurance where they can lose a round and keep going. UCLA most likely taking a timeout here, kind of reassessing what they can do and attempting to find something more here.
Yeah, they definitely seem to have the competence there in terms of double peaks and team coordination. I mean, that is why they were able to take that one round off of the Broncos. It's just, ever since Sky has gotten this op, they just haven't been able to safely
How well
peek
is
around.
the
KJ going to be able to hold down this port area? Like mid have just been completely shut down for UCLA.
Yeah, I mean, we see here they didn't know exactly where they are, but it's just been so hard to... I mean, at this point, B's site's kind of off limits. They haven't pushed B in a while just because it's been such a difficult site for them to take with Ririana and the Killjoy util just delaying them so long. But they've also been struggling on A, though they sometimes manage to get the foothold there.
Yeah, A has been their most successful. I mean, being that that's the one that they did manage to take one time, but... I mean, the main thing is that it's a guessing game on where Skies is positioned with that op. For this round, he's going to be positioned Probably looking over, kind of split between mid-market and B, so can really kind of reposition quite quickly to cover both areas. And that kind of leaves A as the only real option for UCLA at this point. They immediately get smoked off. Ariana peeking around the corner, not going to find anybody, but 3 are starting to cluster up in that corner. Be a great group play. UCLA's leaving the spike in the pocket for now. Have his presence detected. He's suppressed, but is not gonna move from his one position.
Cover going out.
UCLA, it looks like they mostly have pistols here. Gonna be a tough ask unless they can get some. Oh, maybe not actually. Have the paranoia ready. Just kind of waiting for the push to happen. Good positioning on the rest of Boise State here, ready to support them as soon as that paranoia goes off. Skelesis just holding this angle, patient. They know if no one's pushed, they could all be right there if at this point. I believe we hear a Omelette just come on, but it doesn't seem to have found anything.
Sends out the owl drone, sees if he can spot
left.
anybody. Doesn't see anyone in that corner. It might not even come down to Skelesis. Boise State has a great rotation on toward mid here. Pinching in UCLA from both angles of Sky. Hanging out with the shorty. A 1-2, just a 1, and Skies has it. He tries to spend the 2 to get another one. Has the op back up, but he doesn't even need to use it. Skelesis comes in with that Odin. Boise State, 7-1 now.
Yeah, such a good angle Skelesis had there. Sky's got the pick there and then backed up, and it looks like they were just about to, like, what can they do at that point? And Skelesis, just the Odin spray down, manages to pick up both.
We're more than halfway through the first half, so overall in the game, that would be a little bit more than a quarter way through the proceedings, although with the way Boise State is playing, they might just end it kind of half-time, really. They ended a first half 11-1 yesterday, so might just pick off where they left off, and Sky certainly is doing just that. Picking off people in mid, one at a time, and here comes the other. Jet misses the shot, and now we got a real fight on our hands as we have reinforcements from Damio coming in, trying to see if they can pick out this Sky. Skelesis is also handing duty over on B. No one really wanting to push through there, though. A bit of a rotation coming out from UCLA over toward A.
Yeah, we see just this mid lane is just off limits at this point. There is no approaching that without at least paying the tax of 1 or 2 players.
Yeah, Duck holding up. The front line of UCLA is actually moving back. He's the one holding the spike. Rariana picks out Mishi.
Skelesis with the shock dart, actually, picking up the opposing Sova here.
30 seconds
Duck
left.
has just been hanging out in spawn so much. Might be the last one picked out, and with it being a 5-2, more like a sitting duck at this time, as Boise State sending out a search party, waiting to get the last bit of game that they are on the hunt for. See if they can make this an 8-1, or maybe just be content to end this 8-1. A win is a win, and Boise State not breaking a sweat. Oh no, here we go. It's hunting season. Can he get it? No. I guess it was rabbit season more than duck season.
Yeah, sometimes the prey finds you, though, and it will go down in their hunt.
Mariana trying. No, I told you it's rabbit season. It isn't duck season. Just give it up, move on. Hope that things change in the next round.
Yep. As we see with Boise State, though, they are not hurting for money right now.
No, certainly not. I mean, when the poorest player in your team has 4,850 credits, you're doing pretty well for yourself.
Yeah, we see UCLA really trying to scrounge together something here with these weapons. But, you know, the Sheriff in the right hands is pretty deadly, so can't quite underestimate it.
Oh, look at this push. All the team moving through B, but there's just no chance as Skies picks up one. Skelesis with the Hunter's Fury. Nice use of that ult. Takes out another. Now there's 3 for UCLA, all caught up in Fish Market, right where Boise State wants them. Going to try to find a wallbang here through the corner. Quite get it. There is a bit of a reprieve as UCLA sends out a scouting drone. Doesn't really get anything through it. Now this is a tough position because Boise State is slowly moving toward the back door here. And it's just going to make it so they just slowly clamp down onto UCLA like a Venus flytrap waiting for the prey. There just isn't really any good position UCLA can go now.
They get detected again, so they know they don't even have to spread anyone out. They know exactly where they are. Picks up one and goes down, almost picks up a second. Unfortunately, just a few stray shots there.
There we go, Damio coming in. One of them suspects a flank, but it's just no chance as Damio has the headshot locked on. Now just one for Damio to move in. He picks it up. That's a double. A bit of a celebratory shot with the shorty. Boise State now up to a 9-1 lead.
Yeah, Boise State just taking this lead and rolling with it. So many times in at B site, just in this hallway, they can't even make it outside of there. Just get trapped in, and Hunter's Fury and Ops, and nothing much you can do there. Picks up the headshot through the wall there. Yeah, here we are, almost maxed out cash. Actually, Skelesis is maxed out on cash at this point. Gets the scan dart off, going to be just firing through the smoke and seeing what they can see. Gets a little bit of chip damage out.
Might be a wash, rinse, and repeat with the push through B. UCLA still has time to reconsider because Skies has that sideline locked down. Do you dare tempt fate?
Run.
Do you dare? You need to send out some utility because if Skies has a sight on you, he will get the... Okay, that was rather anticlimactic, but maybe on the second shot he'll get you. Killjoy's going to be thrown down as well, trying to force Boise State out, but doesn't look like it's really keeping the Broncos at bay. Instead, it's Rariana and Prestige who come in with the Vandal. Going to also really negate that command null that came out from UCLA. You got just one left. If you don't count, yeah, they're going to take out the KO. It's just this Omen. It's Miffy here. And maybe a dart from, a dart from the drone is just going to allow some wall banging shenanigans. And Rariana just takes him out while he's trying to dance around the Odin Spire.
Yep, one more round before the half here. Looking like possibly a repeat from last game, or yesterday. Just taking this lead and rolling with it. I think the most dangerous rounds that we've seen from the Broncos are these pistol rounds. Those ones feel like they could go either way, and then the Broncos quickly just get this rolling. If they do, we see, plenty of cash out here, full buys. As full a buy as you can get for both sides. UCLA with some light armor and a few slightly below par rifles, but still decent in the right hands. Skies picking up another one, just being a menace with this operator.
Talk about another one, how about another two? Skies is showing no mercy whatsoever, and it's already got UCLA down to a 5-2, could be a 5-1, it indeed is! Skies picks up the triple, looking for the fourth, and they soar high and fall from high heights as well. But still pretty good showing, all things considered. Thing is, you got a 1-1 showdown. Which KO is going to be the better assassin is the question.
Have 1-1 and two sites here. Got some, just trying to get some intel here. Neither player knows where they are, so it's just going to be kind of a wait-and-see kind of game here.
Oh, this could be Galaxy Brain here. UCLA thinking they have the jump on Boise State. Oh, he lets himself go there. Now both of them are going to know where they are. Moves forward to the Molly, and a clutch there from Chewy.
Chewy going to pick up the last kill and get UCLA one more point before the half here.
Still 10-2 is a great way to end the first half. You avoid the scoreline that everyone is superstitious of, and you set yourself up to a really great position to just take it all outright.
If you either go 10-2 or 8-4, you never want to go 9-3.
Mm-hmm.
See, both teams picking up some util, a couple ghosts here, and pretty standard stuff we're seeing for a round 1 play on Ascent. Getting their lineup set up, it looks like. Do see a Sheriff coming out actually here. Picks up the KJ turret.
USLA has been pretty dominant on the pistol rounds in their games yesterday and today. First half is anything to go by. A charge in as they move through, trying to claim ground through Gardens. Made their way past the arch, but Duck is just sitting there with a double. Chewy also chips in. Boise State down to 2, still within the realm of possibility, 3-2. Have to move up. They're able to flush out Vichy from the rafters. Boise State down to 1. It has to be all Damien. It's tough when you're 2-1, but he makes a worthy effort of it, and UCLA will take the first pistol round.
Yeah, unfortunately, the right click on the classic giveth and it taketh there. Good round coming out, though. We do see, it looks like some, looks like they're going to contest this round 2. We see quite a few Sheriffs coming out here, hopefully able to just get those nice headshots and bring down a couple of these players really quickly, pick up some Spectres, and you'd be good and rolling. Have to see if Boise State can really make this work. Sky's just got to pretend this is a op without a scope.
Damien gets the first one. That's a great start, but Chewy is fighting back. Takes him out with a nade, actually. There's going to be no real opportunity. It looks like Damien wanted to pick up that gun, and UCLA just kind of let it be a trap for him to walk into. So all things even keel at 4 apiece. Niffy now gets the next one on to Rariana.
Sky's going down as well to Duck here. Members falling a little bit left and right. Skelesis trying to see if they can make something happen, though. It's a couple shots off, but their position is now known.
Destroyed walks into the alarm bot and is unable to take out Skelesis. It's a bit of a tricky position for Prestige, but considering that that was the second round of the second half, getting 2 isn't the worst thing. You know, 2s, when you're going into the second round, at least picking off 2, putting that much of a dent into their economy, does pay dividends. Ooh, Vishal is now on the op. He's been waiting all this time. He's finally in the defensive position to maybe challenge Skies for King of the Op title.
Yeah, and we see Boise State going for not quite able to get the full buy here. See a lot of half shields and even a Guardian coming out, but other than that, all Vandals can have a good fighting shot here. See the drone out mid, making sure that they peek these angles with utility rather than walking face first into the op.
Jump peaks, but no one's really looking through toward mid here. They're kind of posted a little bit back into Gardens instead.
Yep, kind of just filling these sites out, trying to figure out where is has the most potential for them to push here.
Oh, I was about to say, he was probably about to send a dart out, but still waiting. This is going to be a tough corner to peek with Vishal just hanging on to this op here. Okay, Skies does throw out a bit of smoke for some cover. Is able to get out onto the main playfield. Watch out for Vishal coming through here. Lands one onto Skelesis. Skies has made it all the way down below heaven, however, as Boise State has 2 on the site right now. Prestige moves up toward Generator. Plants, but Vishal, 1 by 1, is picking off Boise State. We'll see how they can hold it with just 3 left in post-plant. And they move up, and oh, nice 2 picks from Prestige and Damien. They may have this one yet, but Kimki with a nice wallbang is keeping Boise State on the ropes. And we have a push coming through Gardens. Prestige lands the headshot. Now it's just not quite there for the Broncos, but nice effort.
Yeah, I mean, at that point it was a 3v5 brought down 2 members left. That op, though, just being able to take those 2 players as they're pushing in, even with the smoke
I mean, once Boise State got into the regular rifle fights, they were trading pretty well, but it's been this op, whether it's been for Boise State or now UCLA, that's been the main thorn in the attacking team's side. So 3 rounds, 1 outright from UCLA. We might actually have a match here.
Yeah, seeing this UCLA defense is definitely a little bit stronger on this side of the map here, being able to hold these sites and make it really difficult for Boise State to get any ground.
Smoke goes through onto A short. Boise State is having none of that. They're just going to charge right through, and Miffy says, no, I am just going to slam the door right in your face. Boise State continues to still go out. Damio picks up a double with the stinger. Are you kidding me? They're now moving back, but they just cannot face off against this op hanging out in heaven.
Yep, looking for those rifles, but not actually able to find them. Gets a couple picks, and now they're just going to kind of back off here and try and see if they can make more isolated fights work using their the guns they're currently wielding.
Turret out.
We actually do see they did manage to get 1 Vandal here. Quite a bit of potential if they can get some of these isolated gunfights with the Vandal.
Yeah, isolated is the key word, although, walks into the alarm bot there. I mean, I'm mainly watching, as the rotation going to come in through the opper. Boise State has to take these picks while they can get them without having this op to inject itself into the conversation. It's going to place its smoke, move through mid-market.
30 seconds
Sideline
left.
being held down by that KJ. Great! A quick flick by Damio. He's up to a triple. Not too out there of a possibility of maybe picking out an ace. They have to go in. They have to commit to ace right now, though. A, though, with that teleport. And look who's back there. It's this Opper. Picks up 1, and now it's all up to Damio in a rough position. Moves on up 2. Generator will at least get the credits from the plant down. Now has to play peekaboo with an Opper that he'd rather not face at this moment. Just goes down below and is just going to try to wait this out from below. The Opper drops down with the shorty, just trying to hunt out at a close range. Damio trying to peek out, finds,
It's some good shots, but unfortunately not able to find the headshot there. But when Damio went from a Stinger double kill to a Vandal, gets another, plants, almost just single-handedly got that bonus round.
Well, I was just about to bring up the exact same point. Consider that Boise State started out this round with all Stingers. It's a pretty good showing for them to get 3 off and at least get the spike down. That's a good amount of credits that will help them immensely in this next round. They need to find a way to stabilize quick.
Yeah, and we see coming off of that now, we see all rifles, all full armor, looking like a good economy here if they can make this round work going forward. Shock Dart getting a little bit of chip damage in. We see KO popping the ultimate here. Null Command, turning this into a Counter-Strike match.
Ooh, playing a bit of hide and seek through the smokes. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade and a successful plan. Boise State has the person advantage going into post-plant. And they do spot Duck hanging out there in mid-market. Actually 2 up there right now. Wallbang potential for Boise State. Try to get a bit more information as Prestige throws out the knife. It's going to be a waiting game, but it can't be a waiting game for too long. Duck gets Damio. They might just use that to try to fight even keel here. Killjoy's going to be placed down, putting Boise State on notice, but they do get some good pings onto UCLA, who's looking to go through. That's a 1-for-1 trade, now just down to 2 apiece. Boise State had a health disadvantage. Now they're just down to 1. Can they hold B point? Duck moves in, picks up 1. Can he find it in the final faceoff? Yeah. He does, and clutches it for the Broncos.
Shout out to Skelesis there as well for just giving their life to destroy the Killjoy ultimate right at the end there. Last second, you can see it right here, just pulls out the classic and is just bringing that down. Manages to get that off. Gets these 2 isolated gunfights there. The crosshair placement on point, and Prestige just headshot after headshot picks them up.
Similar situation to the Broncos when they were on defense, though UCLA has won a good amount of rounds, so I do think that they'll probably be able to just run it back with that op, or just maybe just trade an op out for the knives, but immediately Skies puts an end to that, and that's a huge pick for the Broncos to start this round off with.
Yeah, picking that one player. Know someone else is in mid. Only so many places these other three can be. Boise State has the advantage here. Picks up a second one, actually. On to Kimke, getting rid of that Sova, making the intel a lot harder to be gained here.
He's on through, headshot onto one, picks up two. Sky's now up to 4 and is on the hunt for his 5th and final. Can we see the first ace of the match be brought out here?
Skies is looking for it. Saw them just pop that dash, try and get in here, and then looking for that last player.
Well, now he knows where.
Going after them, trying to make this work. Don't want to get too greedy, though.
He's definitely on the hunt.
Playing it smart. They're only sending Skies in for their prey.
Yeah, but also at the same time, they're not really having Skies extend past mid, which is a good call. I think UCLA has shown that they just want to save and not get out, but they're really in a position where I don't know if they can afford to save that much, because Boise State is sitting on getting to 12. Match point.
Yeah, we see Ruriana is close, seeing if they can.
Oh, with this pinch move, I think Boise State might actually be able to get their ace. Sky's moving in. He's got it. Boise State now up to 12 in spectacular fashion.
Match point.
Yeah, not even able to save that rifle, so UCLA will just have to run with what they got here. Sky's just putting this round up. These 2 early picks just open up the site, and then just everything from there was a bonus. Like, getting both these kills probably wasn't in Sky's favor, but Sky's aim was on point and gets them both anyway. Seeing, yeah, we actually do see they barely managed to scrape together enough for that op. But the rest of them, Judges, Spectres, Bulldogs,
They're putting all their hopes behind this op.
one op in a dream.
Only one round. They can't lose a single round from here on out. Varion's going to have the location found out. Repositioning from UCLA as Boise State moves through their own spawn to look to coalesce for a B push. Moving through, can they flush out Kimke, holding down this sideline, throws out a grenade around the corner, pops it, Kimke forced back.
Little bit of damage.
Oh, immediately using that dart for the Hunter's Fury. Uh-oh, you gotta be careful. Oh, boy. Boise State manages to find the pick off the Hunter's Fury. Things are looking good for them, and we're getting to what is quite possibly the final round.
Yep. That was pretty huge. It was on the Sova, who had their own Hunter's Fury, who will not be able to use it for this round. Most likely, we will see the null command come out. There is no reason not to use it on this round.
I mean, you can't save it for the next round, so might as well use it here, but it's not going to make a difference as far as Skies is concerned. He takes out Chewy instantly. Now Vishal comes in with the op. They did manage to pick off Vishal, however, so that's a huge turn of events for the Broncos, enough for them to close out the round. GG's out, and we move on to bind with Boise State, 1 match up.
Yeah, Boise State just so impressive with that operator, and then even without it, just finding these openings. It took them a little bit, but once they got into that groove, they just rolled with it all the way to the end.
And Skies was, I mean, really just the main showman in terms of using that op throughout the first half, but we saw it can be powerful in both teams' hands. It's just Boise State had that little bit of extra in their attacking round to be able to pull it out and keep it from going on a huge, long, drawn-out battle of attrition.
Yep, just so many of these rounds where it's just like, you know, this kind of tough nut to crack, and then Skies just picks up 2 or 3, like, right off the bat. It's like, okay. Makes it a lot smoother.
Now, I do believe that we have some team members going off the stage just to take a little bit of a break, so I'm just checking a little bit if we can just go for a break here and then be back with more Valorant in the second round. Or maybe not. Okay, yep, we will take it to a break and then be back with round 2, so do not go away.
No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Once there was a traveler whose feet never left the ground. With only his mind as his map and his senses his compass, he raced into the great unknown, armed only with the speed of legend. His trails he blazed, his rivals he played. Every sprint a blur, every turn trusting his allies. In silence he raged and waged with quickening, sickening speed. His name a chant filling arenas. Because some heroes leave footprints, others an afterburn. Without conflict, there is no resolution. Without verses, there is no victory.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena, and we are just on deck for the second round of this CVAL match. Boise State going up against UCLA. Had a pretty convincing win, 13-6 on Ascent, and so they will be moving into Bind with a spring in their step, confidence in their play style. Maybe a final word from head coach Doc as well, as he just gives them a fist bump on the stage, goes out to check out the Rocket League team, which you will want to be staying tuned for, because right after this match, we'll be moving over to RLCS qualifying matches for Rocket League, and boy, Boise State has a great position in that. But we'll get to that. We're now here on Bind, and your thoughts on the stage of Bind. Always been an interesting, some people have very opinionated thoughts about this stage.
Personally, for me, I love Bind, but I know a lot of players are like they're not a fan of Bind, and it can really bog them down. We see.
We might be seeing ISO for the first time here. Oh no,
nope.
Sky. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Playing with my emotions here.
Yeah, we see the very standard Rays pick on this
Okay,
map.
they are bringing Gecko to the mix, so at least I can say that. I'm happy for that, at least. Anytime I can see Wingman is a good time indeed.
The little like Squidward style footsteps they make as they run.
Yes, yes.
Never gets old. Yeah, going on to Bind. I feel like this is a map that we see Boise State has had quite a bit of success on. We've seen some teams really give them a run for their money on here, but I feel like Boise State's definitely been working on this map and has a pretty good understanding of how to hold it really well. With all the nerfs to Chamber, though, this used to be a huge map for Chamber. Granted, most maps were a huge map for Chamber.
It's true. He was pretty darn good at his peak.
Yeah, there was a few things like being able to teleport between sites just through that like pixel in the wall, and a few things like that that made him extra strong here. But we'll have to see as we get into this match how confident they feel on this map. See Boise State starting on attack here. Got pretty standard comp, the Brimstone and the Viper rather than an Omen here. Dog coming out, not going to get much intel. Brianna goes down here.
Ooh, nice one from Skies. Gonna take out Lamps, pick up the shorty, and move in. In fact, Boise State not wasting any time at all. Skelesis with his ghost takes out another UCLA player. And Spike is down.
Yep, Molly goes out. We see them moving in. We see Gecko flashbang coming out. Very low members of UCLA here get pinched, and that'll be their round. Not much they could do when they're getting shot from both sides there, and just really good coordination from Boise State. Bring the round 1 win here.
It is interesting because I haven't really seen Gecko that often be bought out by Boise State. Skelesis, we look at him, he is actually normally a duelist player. Has normally been on either Rays or Neon, but they decided to give the Rays over to Skies instead.
Yeah, and we see, at least so far, the utility from Gecko paying off there. That really good flashbang. Getting some good intel, or utility out of it. We see...
when you think of it, between Gecko and Sky, we have all the animals for Boise State, really.
Yeah, we got the whole zoo moving with them.
Oh.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
Skelesis got taken out with the sheriff.
Oh, what a shot. We will see, I believe that was Spike going down too, so they will have to retrieve it.
But it's far enough back in their spawn that UCLA isn't really going to risk pushing that far up to keep an eye on it. Basically just assume that they'll pick it up in their own spawn. Hawk goes around. Skies dodges the flash.
Yep, just clearing these angles. Dot every I and cross every T here. Dog coming out, gonna see if they can get some good intel. See the other dog coming out.
Nice pick. They're also gonna get that little bit of chip damage that the dog gives. Every little bit helps, and Duck gets another. Rariana up to a triple. Damio will get the final one. Boise State manages, despite a bit of a shaky start, to get a win there in the second.
Yep, just it felt like you know, just all at once here. Everything happens right now. It went from 5 members at UCLA to 0 within these next 20 seconds, pretty much. Duck with the good headshot, though, just getting 1 kill. Gonna make it a little more awkward for a bonus round here. Yeah, and we see just 2 sheriffs light armor coming out in place of those lost guns here for this bonus round. Let's see if they can just hit them very quickly before they get a chance to react. Double blast packing in, gets the angle.
Oh, nice attempt at the spray transfer from Skies. They still managed to clear out B with a 2-for-1 trade. Pretty darn good for a bonus round, I'd say. Now they get the spike down, have only 3 left to pick up.
Ooh, unfortunate timing, that smoke just dissipating at the wrong moment. And leave them vulnerable. Spike down, already 3v3 here. Pretty good position for Boise State to be in.
Prestige gets the headshot on Chewy.
Poison's off.
Yep. Got Poison, this Viper bite, just trying to cut off.
Last
Spike.
player standing.
Visual picking up 2, it picks up 4 total after that, and I believe they will have enough time, just barely.
I mean, for your bonus round, that's still pretty darn good.
Yeah, I mean, bringing down all those rifles, I believe, is going to be pretty close. Yeah, they're not going to be able to full buy for a second round here. We got, you know, odds and ends, and a pretty competent buy, but not the full buy. See, yeah, full rifles, full armor on the side of Boise State. They're sitting very nice right now. Double blast back in. Skies picks up 1, but goes down immediately.
Moving through Bass will pick up the ult core. Prestige now more than halfway there toward his ult. 2 left for UCLA, hanging out in Lamps.
Yeah, we see The dog coming out, trying to get some info. Unfortunately, Skelesis goes down to Chewy.
Man,
Spike
that's a
planted.
great showing there from Chewy and Vishal.
Picks up one, and we'll go down to Duck right away. And that'll be, it'll be end 2-2 here already in the first 4 rounds.
Not quite as much a swagger in their step this time, as we are even keel for the match, 2 apiece.
Yeah, and we see here just unfortunate timing is Chewy manages to pick up that double there, dropping the Viper wall, and just kind of opening up a lot more of these sight lines. Prestige was able to take one, but had two rifles pointed right at him as soon as that smoke went down. We see a couple of ults on both sides here. We see double showstoppers already, so we could see a couple of those coming out this round here.
What's he say? This cohesive unit moving through Hookah, getting a whole bunch of shots placed onto them. They're going to have to force out the heal right away. One cooldown plays down, moves in with the showstopper. Can you find anybody? Maybe down in the tube. Yeah, it's a no! How did you dodge that? Boise State still managing to find it, and it's going to be hit back with UCLA showstopper. I love it. Boise State, though, still coming out on top, 3-1. Just this lone Brim to pick off.
They have info of where the Brimstone is. Know where they're at. They have upgraded 2 rifles as well. Gets the pick, and that'll be the eco round, I believe.
No, there was just no chance with that.
Yeah, that showstopper, I wonder if we see it here. Yeah, looks like it was near enough. And somehow they do not die to it. Or at the very least, I believe it does do some chip damage. Yeah, it does about half health, but not quite enough. We see the other showstopper come out, though, and find its mark on Skies. See, yeah, still a couple ults on the board here. Gecko ult and Sky ult should be a pretty deadly combination with a push. Just have all the animals coming toward you.
I've got your trail.
If we do see Sky's ult coming out, the jellyfish trying to find who they can find.
Mariana and Daimyo both get a pick of their own. Sky's moving in with the bomb bot as well as the snake bite. No chance for Vishal. Now there's just this one lone Cypher left. Boise State now going to be able to get back to their 2-round lead that they had.
Yeah, we see Cypher's going to try see what they can find, but it's going to be a tall ask for them. Gets a couple shots, but goes down to Skies here. Boise State going up 4-2 here. See, yeah, it looks like full buys on both sides here. UCLA's economy, though, just barely able to afford this buy. This is going to be a pretty dangerous round for them because they will not be able to buy a full buy again if they do lose this one.
Boise State having 3 ultimates in tow, including that Thrash. Can be a great info gathering tool. Boise State moves all past Fountains. Just Viper looking back for any flanks. Skies gets the first on to Chewy. Kim Key also falls to Skies. A great double, completely clearing out B for Boise State. Getting free plant, and now they can set up for a post plant.
Time to hunt.
We see the dog coming out, trying to get some info. Skies picks up one. They do know at least one more is there. But Niffy will be able to pick Skies and start to try and even things up, but 2 members to 4 trying to push into the site, gonna be very difficult. Rihanna barely unable to find the headshot there and goes down. So Spike ticks down. It looks like not gonna be enough time to be able to push into the site. And looks like UCLA may just try and save their rifles and go from there, as those will be the only 2 rifles they'll be able to afford next round.
Use of the teleport to see if they can't find any sort of exit frags, but that's not on the table for now. Vishal and Miffy playing it pretty safe. Vishal, look at him, the main standout from UCLA. He got 3-6, then all of a sudden just boom, 10-4.
Yeah, just going blow for blow here. And we will see UCLA will use another timeout here, see if they can try and figure out their groove again here, as they were doing pretty well.
Getting
at
a
the
whole
beginning,
bunch of
Boise
shots
State
placed
started
onto
to
them.
adapt and really
They're going to have to
started
force
just
out the heel
go
right
away with this
away.
game.
And move in. This was the great showstopper showdown. We like to see just moved right out of the tube at the right moment, and then another showstopper right onto the one who fired it first. Certainly theatrical, certainly fun to watch, and Boise State ultimately winning that round.
Yeah, and we saw Vishal actually getting a kill with the paint shells as well, just doing such a good job with that raise utility. Yeah, just picking up a lot of these frags on these smaller sites. Both these raises are just so good because of the amount of area denial they can spit out. Going into this round, see quite a bit of rifles here. I believe there's most likely only a couple of rifles on the side of UCLA. Yeah, we see just some sheriffs, 2 vandals, omen dancing, all that good stuff.
Both teams loaded up on ultimates. Very energetic fight. Skelesis waiting for the go-ahead to move past Fountain.
Yep, just peeking this angle, seeing if anyone dares push up that far.
Chewy and Duck are way back over in elbow, so I assume that's just we're not gonna see a fight in the next 10 seconds, maybe in the next 20 seconds, because this rotation up through Hookah from Skies would prove to be spicy. He is walled off.
It looks like Boise State was expecting a rush here with this eco. So they were just sitting far back and waiting for people to push forward. No one did end up going though. Vishal picking up Skies there with a clean 1-tap.
Even though Ariana went down to Miffy via gun, he got him back in the snake bite too after he was dead. So, technically a 1-for-1 trade.
Picking up
Vishal moving. Oh, no chance at all. Damio had your number with the head tap, and it's going to be a teleport instantly back over to Ward A.
Yep, the call goes out, clearing the site with the dog. Has Wingman go out to plant. No, they're in there. Ooh,
Oh my goodness! Chewy comes in with a triple. Amazing spray transfer from UCLA on what should not have been a lost round.
yeah, that was the instant flick from one head to another right there. And picks up both them. Such a good start here, but Chewy with the insane flick here will secure the round for UCLA. Lots of ultimates on the board here from both teams. We got 4 on UCLA, 3 on Boise State. Could be pretty explosive rounds here. We see
Wire. He also finds one with the orbital strike as well. Now Boise State, tough position to work with.
Duck picks up another. Miffy taking out Skelesis. They know where these targets are, just not any good way to bring or get to them with all this utility. The angles are covered.
Oh, slight peek onto Chewy. Some showdown with Duck coming up. Chewy moves up, an instant head tap. Moves got kick, gets caught though in the molly animation. Now it's just one Bronco left and danced around his head a bit there with the spray, but didn't find it. UCLA now back within 1.
Yep, still a lot of ults on the board here. That orbital strike just threw Boise State off so much. Just well played on UCLA, and then Boise State tried to recover, got some good picks there, but unfortunately with the spike down, it was a hard sell there. But Boise State did have enough money to buy up full rifles again, bringing this back to a balanced round going forward.
Oh, Chewy just gets the shot right through the smoke onto Ariana. Tough luck for the Broncos. Chewy is really stepping up.
Yeah, Chewy's been putting in the work. Gonna be creeping into hookah here. Waiting for the smoke to dissipate. Fortunately, there's also a Viper wall. Just kind of waiting it out. They got a few options with these teleports as well.
Sana.
Dizzy recalled. Boise State will get another use of that. Ever since losing that first player, I mean, not only is Ariana gone, but that's that Viper's Pit that you could also use to help lock down a site. Makes their job attacking that much harder.
Yeah, only 35 seconds left. We do see the jellyfish come out, going to be giving some critical intel for
30
UCLA,
seconds
so
left.
they know where to defend.
Well, but Boise State is bunched up so much that they'll get onto that point before those jellyfish even make it there. Bad thing is that Visual's already gotten a headshot onto Boise State, so now there's just 3 left. Make it 2.
Player standing.
Make it 1. Check, please.
And that'll be the round. Tying things up 5-5 here. I was wondering what was up with that tripwire, but we just saw right there. That was for the double blast pack into sight. Just catches you and halts that momentum.
This goes here.
Well, this has turned out to be probably the most competitive round Boise State has had thus far. UCLA moves back to tying it up. A couple of sneak positions for those tripwire. Yeah, just trying to find just the right pixel perfect placement.
This
Gets
goes
it.
here.
The fun of playing Cypher, where you got to remember 30 of these per map.
Viper's pitch instantly spent by UCLA to close off a short to Boise State. Guessing where they're positioned, they're either going to have to commit to going toward B, go through baths, or be extremely brave and just move through the smoke. Try to pitch out that Viper.
Yeah,
They're going to go for the smoke. Okay.
Launching smoke.
they can get this pick quickly. That could be huge, but looking in this Viper's pick, doesn't look like they're going to find anything. Vishal actually has an op now, and will bring down Ririana. The neural theft coming out, gonna position or ping all their locations. They will know exactly where this push is heading.
Molly thrown out into the back hallway. Visual lands a showstopper as well. Skies bringing new life into Boise State with a double. Puts them into an advantage. This is a round they would love to win, absolutely love to win. They got to take out the remaining two players from UCLA, and Visual with that op is still such a threat. Coming in to take him. Yes, gets him with the headshot. Boise State now just has this raise left. Oh my goodness.
1v1.
Oh, wow. An ace from UCLA to close it.
What a just roller coaster of a round there it went. So many different directions, and ends with Vishal with the ace here. From the double blast pack jump. Oh, we see the orbital strike come out just a hair too late. Gets the pick though with that very nice spray down. Unfortunately turns around last second here. And yeah, Boise State will be able to afford another buy though, still in this.
Look at Vishal at 17-6 has absolutely popped off. Only followed by Skies at 14-9.
Yeah, both them there. Just that round, I think Skies got a triple to enter into that site, and then Vishal just cleans up after. They've just been going blow for blow with trying to make these insane plays.
A little bit of chip damage from that molly, but none too much. Few jump peeks from Miffy up in heaven. Smoke is going to keep Broncos at bay in bats.
Have all these smokes coming up.
Boise State has the remaining 2 ultimates, and this would be the last round to use them in the first half. Mariana hanging around the corner might have a chance onto Vishal, just not expecting it at all.
Yeah, pretty bold push up there as they didn't have anything blocking the hallway. Managed to get that pick and just run back off.
State trying to clean things up. Thrash out. We'll see who it can spot. Doesn't look like it really got the retain onto anybody, but it's going to pick up.
Saw Wingman attempting to plant, but will cancel. Vishal picking up Skelesis here.
Last player standing.
Oh, Miffy also gets one, and now it's just down to one lone Bronco, and Chewy picks it up. UCLA was trailing for a lot of that first half, but ends it at 7-5.
Yep. Now we swap sides though, so we'll have to see how well the Broncos defense can be on bind here. We did kind of see the same thing on Ascent where it was very one-sided until they swap sides, and then it kind of is reversed, and it's really a struggle to win these rounds on attack. So
well, Duck is going to have a bit more trouble getting the full use out of this Cypher if he's attacking rather than defending.
yeah, we'll have to see. Good flank control, and you know, you got the smokes, but that's the main thing that Cypher brings on offense. We see not really no Cypher, no KJ on the side of Boise State. They got to rely on a lot more active utility for these defenses.
Coordinated group push, and Lamp's taken for free by UCLA.
Yep. See the TP going through. Know where the Cypher is here. Gonna corner him, and the paint shells will pretty much do it, except Skelesis will just be like, I'll just get a headshot on him anyway.
Poison orb emitted.
Plant going down.
Spike planted.
Poison's off.
Just kind of buying their time. They don't have the full team here yet. Smart to just wait for the rest of your members. See the molly.
Look at this pinch also from the Boise State.
Poison orb emitted.
From bats and their spawn. Be tough for UCLA to fight on both fronts. Moving in, picks up Miffy. The flank works, and Rariana goes to stick it. There's one left for UCLA. Are you just going to go through the paint shells? Oh! Barely held on there.
You did good.
Will still be able to defuse. They're going to let Wingman do it. Yay.
Everybody thank Wingman.
I like that.
Come on, let's
Yeah,
hear it.
Wingman's helping. They're doing their part. Yeah, almost gets it. It was just
Yeah,
a
I know.
hair off.
I was thinking, oh, does he stick it? Pro stick it? No. It was like...
Yeah, I mean, they say pros don't fake, so gotta give them credit.
But then, I mean, I at least got to see Wingman diffusing it in the end, so
True.
maybe it's a good trade.
Yeah, it all worked out in the end. Yeah, we see a nice set of weapons here now. Got that judge out again on these close engaged corners. Gonna make it really difficult to push through this.
Spike down A.
3 picks there.
Oh my goodness, look at Skelesis here, tearing through UCLA. Tried to just charge right through Baffs. He said no to that. And the Cypher might be up next on the list in Cave.
Yeah, you gotta be careful though. Duck has been pretty insane with this Sheriff. With that shot though, they know exactly where they are. Throw the blind, not gonna hit, but Prestige is gonna pick up Duck anyway and tie this up 7-7.
That's exactly how you want your second round to go, not losing anyone, getting the full amount of credits that you can out of this bonus.
Yeah, we see UCLA doesn't quite have enough for full armor. They have all their rifles, but a couple light shields. So for these Spectres and some of these bonus weapons, that's going to be a pretty big difference in time to kill.
so curious on how Skies is going to make this judge work here. He's going to hang all the way back in Lambs. We see a dog who goes through the teleporter. Might have caught view of that Cypher.
Poison orb emitting.
Yep. They took out the Cypher Cam, though, so they know that they're reasonably around.
Ooh, he got through, got hit in the shoulder as well. Sends him down to around 110
Poison's
health.
off.
Yep, some good info, though. Knows the Cypher is around. A peek in this corner. Skies actually picks up Vishal with that judge. Huge pick early on to open this round off. Looks like the A push is
Poison's off.
mostly committed.
UCLA is going rather slow. And the wild card is Skies, who's still holding on to this judge in Lambs.
Rashford lands and Damio coordinates picks off Chewy. There we go.
30 seconds left.
Plant attempting to go down a few times, but Boise State isn't worried about it.
Wingman take him down. They're gonna pick the Wingman back up. I don't know if they can use it though. Oh man,
They just
so
need to
close.
stop
10
this
seconds
plant.
left.
So close.
Spike planted.
Spike does end up getting planted. Bird will come out. 2v2 here, but Spectres
Last
being
player
used.
standing. One enemy remaining.
Oh man, it's down to one apiece. Fakes the defuse, gets it. Boise State is gonna win the third round. Go 3-0 in the second half.
Winning the bonus as well, which is massive here, most likely meaning that Boise State will pick up the next round, because I don't believe UCLA will be able to buy here.
It'll be on an economy round for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if Duck was able to pick up a rifle there, but at this current moment they had it. Oh yes, they do pick up a rifle. But yeah, such low health that Spectre is just perfect for that situation. Wingman coming in clutch there, forcing them to shoot at it to stop the defuse.
Bomb buddy out.
Guys throwing the bomb buddy out. Will get taken out, but that gives a lot of util, or info onto where they're at.
Oh!
Okay, Skelesis at least trading out there. Go 1 for 1. Very spread out team comp here.
I'm hearing the wonderful sounds of Wingman. He's so cute with the sounds of the voice. Sometimes, if you think of them as Squidward steps, they're charming. But then if you're not prepared for them, you're like, what is that?
You just gotta remember, Wingman's always with you.
Smoke's down.
And while UCLA only has 2 with them, they've got their spike holder slowly moving up A short. Damio hanging out on Heaven. They're going to hear the plant move in, throw out the molly.
Spike planted.
Try to get some chip damage. The dog probably spot Kimchi as well. Moves in. Definitely going to see where that hawk came out from. Goes for the wall bang. Gets some good damage.
One
Now down
enemy
to half
remaining.
health. Rariana picks up the rest. Now they move in with just 1 left. Get the double peek well coordinated. Boise State up to 9-7.
Yep, 9-7. Got the Vipers pit on the board as well. Pretty good position for Boise State right now. See, yeah, dodge the Sky Flash here. Good wall damage, just kind of that innate sense that they're roughly in that region, and then Ririana with the good flank. Forgets that they actually need to use their diffuser for a second to get rid of that spike.
Wingman's been on it so much, you know, you just don't actually think he's the one.
Yeah. You don't need to remember how to do it when Wingman's got you. Vishal there with 22 kills.
Oh, they almost get a pick on the Skies as well, down to 5 health, but I think overall just the Vandal advantage over the Sheriff is going to allow Boise State to get a pretty easy pickup this round as well. I know I'm counting the chickens before they hatch, but I am that confident in the Broncos at this point. Okay, I'm a little less confident. I'm confident again.
Okay, let's bounce back out. Yeah, we see. Looks like they decided to rotate, but that will get called out. Caught by Skies. Flashbang to initiate. Prestige will pick up the last one and now bring the Broncos to 11 points here. I don't know what the economy is going to look like here, but it's going to be a tough one, I feel, for UCLA this next round. I believe they should have rifles, but just barely.
We're getting down to the wire here. This is going to be kind of UCLA's last chance, I think, to really hold Boise State. They're going to be able to full purchase here, but if they lose, they'll be forced onto an economy round with Boise State at 11. Make that very easily attainable for the Broncos.
Yeah. We see Viper's bit coming out, just completely denying this entire area. Making it really difficult for anyone to push through. Kind of alleviates it. Skies, unfortunately, though, goes down to Chewy here.
Oh, and an uncomfortable firefight with Duck. I don't think even one bullet hit him.
Unfortunately, no. Doesn't look like it. But Prestige will make it out with their life. 19 HP, but they are still alive. Uriana went on the flank and unfortunately gets picked as well. Kind of tightening this hold that UCLA is getting over B-site. Skelesis just kind of holding A here. No info has been seen on B for a while, so it looks like they're starting to get suspicious.
Ooh. Oh my goodness, what a great lineup Skelesis has. Bringing it back for Boise State. They're now in an advantage, but very low on health. Orbital strike. Boise State has to try to move in. They got to take out 2 full health. They got to make sure they land those headshots.
14 seconds left. If they can just deny the plant.
Yeah, if they can.
10 seconds
Going
left.
down. Oh,
know
tries to
roughly.
get the oh, yes, it's well placed. It's going to get a little bit of damage, I suppose. No.
Barely unable to get that. And UCLA will pick up another round here. Just barely. That was such a close round. We see here UCLA also able to buy, so full buy versus full buy yet again. UCLA 4 ultimates on the board to Boise State's 1, though the 1 is a showstopper, which is a pretty game-changing ultimate.
I mean, Vishal has to be the star player for UCLA. He's main reason, I think, why the game's as close as it is. UCLA only 2 rounds off, and that's because Vishal has been getting kind of that first pick every single time. Daniel throws the stem down just to charge everyone up. State now moving. Seems like they have a pretty good idea that the push is going to be on to B, although you got to watch your back here with this Viper.
Yeah, a bit of a showstopper.
Screen down.
Teleports back over toward A. People coming from all angles. They're attempting to pinch. Now they're going to get pinched. UCLA in middle. Skies picks up the double with the judge. That's great work. Now he's on to a triple.
Yeah, we do see Uriana ends up finding Vishal here. They're in quite a fight.
One enemy remaining.
Skies picking up the 4th, knows roughly where the last one is. Will Skies get another ace for this match? Nope, Damien will pick up the last one. And Broncos will get a flawless here. Just absolutely turning this around, getting that huge double kill with the judge, picking up the rest of the rifles, and just steamrolling onto the rest of site there. Really just wrapping a bow on that round. Yeah, just very decisive there. And that was a full buy for both sides. Broncos just able to isolate members really quickly and took like a bunch of like 3-on-2s, 3-on-1 fights.
Oh, right through the smoke. Damian lands the opening shot. Gets first blood for the Broncos. And that's been the main thing, I think, when UCLA has won. It's been the one to get the... Kim Key in the chat just goes, well, you tried. Being the Rex of the team. Oh, well, we tried.
We tried. Oh, so close to each other and don't even know it. Vishal, though, picking up another pick onto Skies here. This raise on raise violence.
I know exactly where you are.
We know Neural Theft coming out, going to be pinging their positions. Skelis picking up one. Only 2 members left on the side of UCLA. Thrasher coming out. Unfortunately, just past them, but luckily Ruriano was able to defend them. They have the spike down as well. Picks up Thrasher again.
He's the only one left. The dog working to pinch in from the other side. Skeleton's looking for the right opportunity to swing around, throwing out the wingman. He gets spotted from the wingman, and now it's down to a one-on-one. The not what Boise State wanted. They got to make sure that their crosshair placement is there, and it's clutched out for UCLA instead.
Bringing it 10-11 here. Or 9-11, excuse me.
They thought he could probably distract him with that wingman, but if anything, it just let him know exactly where he was. Just a quick, easy wall bang.
Yeah, very unfortunate. We will see actually a timeout coming from UCLA. Even after winning that round, just kind of gonna really try and hone in and figure out what's working and what they need to keep doing if they want to close this out. Yeah, we see gets that ultimate back. The intel just was a hair too late.
Oh man,
here.
it was on cooldown as well. 5 more seconds, might have been able to use it. I mean, if you land that thrash and get the detain, that's the round right there. It's guaranteed.
Skelis is picking up. Yeah, we just see. Yeah, right there.
I mean, just
such a good job on Ririana to be able to defend him there. Miffy, though, able to get these 3 picks. Barely clutch out that round. Keep UCLA in this fight. We see rifles on both sides. Boise State's economy's been really good, though. They barely had to eco in any of these. So, still got plenty of opportunities to get these last rounds. We will see back and forth trades coming out here. We do see Vishal going down. They did have Showstopper as well, so that's a pretty huge trade. Even losing your Viper, I would say at this point, was probably worth it.
Yeah, if it's to take, I agree. We're like chess rules here. You know, you're giving up your rook to take the queen. You know, overall, it's a good trade.
Yeah. See, the Viper wall just going up and down here.
Chewy, though, evening things up with a pick onto Skies, so now both of the main offensive players are done for teams.
Volley coming out, going to be spraying into here. The Viper's pit also coming out. So this is going to be a pretty tough ask. Boise State does need to figure out where this Viper is and pick them before they can even really attempt this. Clearing their angles.
Daniel moving around Bass, trying to even up. He gets location revealed and loses the face-off. State down to 2.
Yep.
Long shot. They were going to go for the save here.
Yeah, not much you can do at that point. May as well keep these rifles.
Ooh, Nelly. It is looking a lot more shaky here on Bind.
Yep. Just going round for round, back and forth here for the most part. Both of them kind of getting these streaks of like a few rounds at a time.
But overall, I mean, Boise State back in the lead, considering the first round was 7-5, has been trading positively in terms of win-loss, but or at the chance of us going to what would effectively be overtime. You'd have to win it by 2.
Yeah, we see this round's coming out. I think some of these initial picks here are going to be huge for deciding this. We still have the showstopper on the side of UCLA, which they do need, Boise State needs to be very aware of, because the initiation from that is insane, especially on these smaller sites.
A lot of UCLA bunched up in that B hallway. Got the one lurker near mid, that Viper. He's gotten a few good picks onto Boise State in the past, but he should send out the dog on a fact-finding mission. Does see the raise.
Some good info. Not much to go off of, though, yet. 50 seconds, clock's ticking down here. Gonna really force UCLA's hand here in a second. So both Boise State knows they're gonna have to make a move soon.
I mean, they don't have to make a move. They just wait for UCLA to come to them.
30 seconds left.
I mean, if UCLA spends all their time in the spawn and doesn't plant, Boise State will just be fine by that. But UCLA now moving up through A short. Sky's hanging out around the corner.
Get some value.
Gets one. Can he pick up another? They know where he is now. He's going to move back toward Lamps.
14 seconds.
10
Up to
seconds
U-Haul.
left.
They take out the Spike
down
planner as
A.
well. Spike is down. They'll have to try to plant it
enemy
again.
remaining.
Skies is going to spend the showstopper to prevent that sucker from being planted, and Boise State now up to match point.
Boise State, Sky's that judge just
Match
putting in the
point.
work, and then I believe got out of there just to not going for the second, which is smart, because now it's like, are we going to push into another judge kill? Where are they going to pop up from? That showstopper picks up the last one, and they get a clean sweep there. I think UCLA, I wasn't 100% on their economy. I believe they'll be able to full buy. Yep, full rifles, full armor on both sides. We're as even as it gets here. UCLA cannot afford to lose this round. They still have their showstopper as well.
And Skies is now officially on par with Vishal, both at 25. Who is going to win the showdown in this final match? Everyone is stemmed from the BAM, but they're going to have to move back into elbow as UCLA is charging rather fast on toward B. Bit of backup as Skies is going to be moving over. They'll throw out the Seekers UCLA to say where the Broncos are. Already made their way all the way back into elbow, trying to get pressure up into Hall, forcing them back. It'll be answered back with the dogs. Damio has this orbital strike. He's ready, is going to force them out of elbow, back onto the main play field of B. That's the only ultimate that Boise State had, though, and UCLA has their own orbital strike. Duck picks up a double. Rarion and Damio with the molly is going to even it up back to 3.
Prepare for hellfire.
Yeah, we were expecting that kind of the ultimate stall plan with the orbital strike. Damio still able to take out Chewy, and the spike's ticking down. They gotta play protect the president here. Boise State has to go for the stick. They just don't have the time.
Enemy remaining.
And now Boise State will lose to UCLA, and it's the last chance to avoid overtime.
Yeah, we're in it now. We got everything on the line here. Both teams buying up as much as they can. Boise State not able to afford quite what they need, but they're going to roll with it anyway. Got a few ultimates. We see Ririana's 2 away from the Viper's Pit and Prestige 1 away from the Jellyfish, which both those ults, especially this Viper's Pit, they can get, if they can get 2 picks and then pop it on site during a push, that would be massive. So
Wild cards are the ones who have had to settle for stingers and the one bulldog on UCLA.
yep, see if they can make anything happen with these weapons here. Both teams really just trying to wait for the other person to make a move. You don't want to get too hasty here with the pressure kind of building for both these teams.
Ooh, the Rays double blast packs in, forces back with the pain shell. Skies gets the first pick onto UCLA, and it's Visual, the one that they were after. Could be a huge break for the Broncos, and they are able to get the charge up onto the Seekers. More information going over to the Broncos. Chewy is eliminated, now down to 5-3. Miffy is getting closed in from all sides. Wingman now goes in to defuse the spike. Boise State halfway toward victory. 2 left for UCLA, and Boise State claims the round in spectacular fashion on Bind to win the match.
Best of all, Wingman got
The
it.
Wingman was the one who got it. I'm happy now. I can spend the rest of the day in peace.
Yeah, and Boise State there just it was a close game, but Boise State really just was cool under pressure and got those picks where they needed them to on that last round. Really just rolled with it.
Now, if you had to give out your thing for the one player that you want to honor above everyone else, who would you give?
Ooh, I mean, doesn't quite count, but Wingman, of course.
You took my joke away from me, so thank you.
You're welcome.
I think you got to give to Skies. I mean, especially with the way he was on Ascent. Ruthless with the op, so it's a pretty straightforward shout out there. That does it for the CVAL matches. Boise State now wins their 3rd of the season. We'll see how they do in the upcoming weeks. Right now, we'll take a short break and then be back with some Rocket League.
Once there was a traveler whose feet never left the ground. With only his mind as his map and his senses his compass, he raced into the great unknown, armed only with the speed of legend. His trails he blazed, his rivals he played. Every sprint a blur, every turn trusting his allies. In silence he raged and waged with quickening, sickening speed. His name a chant filling arenas. Because some heroes leave footprints, others an afterburn. Without conflict, there is no resolution. Without verses, there is no victory.
No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. As promised, we now move on over into Rocket League, where the varsity team is competing in the RLCS qualifiers. This is pro-level qualifiers, double elimination. Broncos entered into this, the 3rd day of competition, in the top 48 teams, I believe, with no losses. So they have a pretty good chance of making it to the end here, but as I could see out of the corner of my eye, kind of the game that was going on while we were casting Valorant, they're kind of starting to get a run for their money as we'll drop into this 3rd game of this match, Boise State versus the Omelettes in RLCS. And these are best of 3s, so this is the one chance that the Broncos have to pick up a victory here. Things will start out with Pass from Lion Blaze on to Percy. Durtho finding the save at the last moment, trying to keep the Broncos alive. Can Woozy find the clear? They'll play it off the wall. So now tries to go, gets flip reset off to Percy, and Omelette's off to the early lead.
Yep, we see, yeah, already in game 3 here. Very intense. We already got 1 for 1 on each side, so both these teams seem like they're trading blow for blow here.
Now off to the next face-off. Boise State moves in. The team getting quite an advantage off the kickoff. Preston trying to play off the wall. It might actually be left for Durtho to try to get possession of it. Durtho tries to take a, kind of unable to get that flip where he wanted it. A pass, easy one over to Zanel. Shot on goal. Durtho will get the save at the last moment. Side pressure been very much in favor of Omelette so far.
Yep, we see Zanil getting it up. Woozy, though, taking a shot. Will get saved by Lion Blaze here, but Durtho able to send it back. Lion Blaze intercepts. Trying to get this ball off the orange side of the field for the Omelettes, but they're struggling to. Durtho barely saves that. Gets it pushed aside and will keep the Broncos going for another round here. Gets set up, but Preston able to send it in. Bounce off the backboard here, trying to set it up, but Percy's able to send it back.
Woozy gets the tap, moving around the corner, flick over to the center where Durtho is, but they run right into one of the Omelettes, leaving Boise State looking for their next pass. The centering shot going out. Preston will be able to get the save. Durtho comes around the corner, ball far off to Omelette's own corner. Percy demoing Durtho. Broncos really don't have the manpower to keep pushing forward here. They'll try to maintain side control as Durtho responds, picks up on boost. As right now, shot goes toward the goal. Woozy stops it, elevates up, gets 1 touch, makes it 2, tries to get the flip reset. Lion Blaze will play it off the wall. Durtho gets a second touch on it, but is only able to drive it up toward the corner as we're nearing the halfway mark in this match.
Durtho sets it up for the goal, barely gets intercepted by Percy though. Woozy's trying to keep it on this side of the map. Durtho trying to get an angle on it, but Preston actually able to send it into this corner. Unfortunately not able to find much of it. Woozy though, trying to keep it away from goal. It's set up. Durtho though, able to intercept, moving it to the corners, but Percy just trying to keep it on the blue side of the field here. Durtho passes to Woozy. Woozy's trying to juggle it in the air. Barely gets tapped by Lion Blaze and will miss.
Durtho comes in with the equalizer for Boise State, however. Nice play at the around the 2-minute mark. Preston has already crossed 2 off, and Lion Blaze a bit far back in the rotation, left chasing the ball as Durtho finds his split second to even things up. Now just a little over 2 minutes remaining. Durtho will be able to follow up the kickoff, send it up high, elevates himself, leaves it to Preston for the redirect, doesn't find the shot on goal. Woozy blocked right, and another player dead even on the 50. Double commit from the Omelettes to try to find the clear.
Yep, Preston getting ready to deflect and will find it. Durtho sending it across the field here, trying to get it past that midway point. Percy, though, gonna knock it off the backboard here. Lion Blaze keeping it in this corner, trying to stop control from the side of Boise State. Woozy gonna send it to the orange corner, but Percy also intercepting again. See Percy trying to set it up, and we'll find one for Zanil, and that'll be a second point for the Omelettes here, as this clock is starting to tick down to the very end.
We are heading into game 4 now. Okay, so we were seeing just a little bit of a replay. We are now into the live match. Boise State versus Luminosity. Boise State off to a good start with 1-0. I do believe at this stage of the game we are past the best of 3, so Boise State trying to be in it for the long haul. Durtho is going to get another score as Boise State is actually in the orange for this match.
Tying it up 1-1 here. So, yep, evening things up. Only 18 seconds into the match, and there's already been 2 goals for this match, showing how fast-paced it's already been.
Woozy moving in, looking to put the Broncos in the lead. Stopped by Taha, trying to pass over toward Preston. T-Roo now looking to see where Durtho passed the ball, trying to center it around. Boise State will be forced back. Nice stop by Preston at midfield to prevent the clear. A quick shot on toward goal, saved by Sir. Be pushed off to the side by Taha.
Yep, see Preston trying to get control of it. TYBU able to demo Durtho here. Try and keep them off the field for just a little bit. Durtho, though, able to knock it against the backboard. Trying to find something. Nothing is there, though.
Preston moving back. Looking to corral the ball. I think Luminosity was able to steal Boise State's 100, and Tibu slips one past him. Puts Luminosity into the lead. Preston, yeah, he really isn't left with anything after that boost steal to really contest that ball, so only has to watch on. We are in game 1. So Boise State looking to start things off on the right track. Do not want to start this match off down. If what we were to see from the Omelettes was to be believed, that means Boise State is down 1. So in this double elimination bracket, they're on the wire here. Have to win this one. Tibu puts a shot on goal. Nice save by Preston at the last moment. Taha tries to put another one on quickly, but Woozy won't have any of that. Tries to get it toward midfield, blocked by Tibu. Durtho has a pick pass to Woozy. It's intercepted by Sir. Durtho comes in again, gets one tap, and right before Preston can get the clear, Taha comes in and scores another for Luminosity.
Yeah, just the amount of pressure that Luminosity is able to put here is just very fast-paced, and it's hard sometimes to keep up with.
There is still plenty of time, 3 minutes, 22 seconds left on the clock. Taibu takes a quick shot onto the goal. Woozy will get the save. Now Durtho goes in, gets one tap, plays it off the wall, gets 2, tries to leave it for Preston. Preston just barely wins that 50, trying to set it up for a goal. Ball too high to take a shot right now. Durtho will come in, try to reposition it. In the wings waiting, you had Woozy, but the ball's too high. Taibu now has a great dribble back toward Boise State's goal. It'll be blocked. Durtho now comes back off the backboard for the second tap to Boise State. It still goes in. Woozy gets it. Boise State now only 1 away.
What a shot here. Woozy just in the right spot, goes low and then goes high. Right into the goal here. Yeah, 3 minutes left on the clock. Boise State only down by 1 here. Trying to see what they can get. Tibu just kind of waiting in the wings here. See, past.
Taibu tries to get the shot. It does whiff. Preston now playing off the ceiling, trying to pinch it off the ground. Taibu will stop that at midfield marker. Durtho gets one tap on it, trying to find his flip reset. Plays above, both toward the open goal. Ball is slow, but it still goes in, and Boise State has equalized. 2 minutes, 25 seconds left. Amazing play by Durtho. That was just pure skill. I mean, the flip reset to fake it over both of the players, unreal. 2 minutes, 25 seconds. Next kickoff will go. Woozy takes it. Already making a play toward the goal. Sir has to move back as well as Taha. Durtho trying to take a shot toward the goal. Doesn't get the touch he wanted. Heading all the way back to Boise State's corner. Preston. Taibu now to set it up. Over to Taha. Quick shot toward the goal. And it wasn't just that, but I do believe you were seeing a lot of disruption there be brought out onto Boise State. Taibu coming in, yeah, just knocked one of Boise State. Woozy clear into the side of the goal. Now the next kickoff, Preston. Preston will move in. Taibu trying to air dribble it, stolen away from him by Woozy. Taha comes in. Preston will get a tap. Goes for the flip reset to get a double. Stopped midfield, leaving it for Woozy. Back off toward mid. Luminosity stops it. Boise State answers back. It's just that ping pong back and forth in mid to try to get control. Durtho gets one tap on it. We'll try to play it off the wall. Runs right into Taibu past Taha. Preston takes the shot. Sir looking to contest. He gets played over Ball trickles off toward the side. 1 minute, 30 seconds left in this match. Preston around the corner, trying to stop Luminosity. Into the corner. Picks up his boost. Durtho comes into center. No follow-up, though. Trying to contest with Taha way back here in Boise State's own. Oh, Taibu goes in for the shot. Able to juke it around him. Now back over to Durtho. 1 minute left for Boise State to tie this up. Playing it off the wall into the corner. Not going to find it. Still looking for the centering. Preston plays it off the wall. Woozy tries to take a shot. Runs right into one of Luminosity. Durtho heads up. Is just going to run right into Sir. Durtho and Taha both fighting for it. Durtho gets the tap out of it. Woozy takes a quick shot to it to go off the crossbar. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Boise State was so close. As one of the players say, you cannot celebrate until you're sure that that ball is in the goal. Boise State now down one with less than half a minute remaining. "15 seconds left as Woozy drives around the corner. Preston plays around Taha. 7 seconds left. Big shot back toward Boise State. They'll have to try to score some sort of buzzer beater. It's over to Preston, but Sir reads it and grounds it. Stops the game from going to overtime. So Boise State is going to have to go in to the second game with the gauntlet thrown down and a long road ahead of them.
Yeah, just a crazy series of just all these players so fast-paced and just the amount of coordination. I mean, we saw Taibu pass the ball and then disrupt in the goal pretty much back-to-back in the same move there. Boise State just pretty much going blow for blow, just not able to find that last goal in that match.
Well, they are so far in, they're so far into the proceedings. They're in their third day. Last day they had already gotten into the top 48 teams, and now they're going up against really the cream of the crop as far as the qualifiers are concerned, trying to get as far as they can. Shots on goal actually in favor of Boise State. They took a good number of shots, especially from the midfield, but just didn't quite find it. The defense from Luminosity was enough to keep them at bay, and so now we head into the second half. Boise State looking to recover, and I do believe from the scoreline we're seeing we're not in best of three territory anymore, so Boise State at least has a little bit of time to recover. The odd Luminosity discuss what went wrong for them, and again, not too much because there was only a one-goal game.
Yeah, I mean, Boise State just showed they were able to just keep up here, and going into this next one, we'll just have to keep that momentum going.
Taibu takes a shot right off the kickoff. Durtho will pass it back over to Ward. Woozy gaining a lot of ground off this. They have to play around Taha. Taha will get the save. Durtho and Woozy gets played around. They have to dash back to avoid a goal being left completely open. Woozy now trying to contest Taha, keeping it away from him. Plays around Preston as well. Durtho comes in, gets the tap. I'm going to try to dribble past Taibu. Stopped by Sir. Another save going over toward Luminosity. They haven't taken any shots on goal yet, but their defense is still as iconic as ever. Great pass over to Preston, but Sir is just reading them split second and intercepting these passes from Boise State. Coming in, Sir gets a pop up into the air. Preston whiffs on that one. Run right into both players, and it is chaos near the Boise State goal. And that allows Luminosity to score another. Here, multiple misses. Durtho goes past that one, and then Woozy is just getting bumped around so much he can't control his car. That's been one thing now that I've seen from Luminosity that's kind of a recurring theme, has just been the disruption that they're bringing out onto Boise, not allowing those plays to go through. Woozy will try to alleviate that by getting a demo onto Sir to start things off, and plenty of time for the respawn. Now Luminosity back up to full strength, trying to put one onto Boise State. Pass over to the goal. Woozy trying to go up against Taha, play around it. Get a shot for Preston. No, doesn't find it. Durtho plays off the wall. Woozy now dribbling toward the goal, trying to play around Sir. Another save. Preston goes in. Off the wall. Durtho takes one around the corner. that too high for them to take a shot, or at least try a sneaky one, but no, it's read by Taibu. Durtho gets the shot to put Boise State back up to even footing, 3 minutes, 20 seconds.
And we see here Durtho just able to find that gap in the goal here and just make it work.
3 minutes, 20 seconds left in this fight. Next kickoff on deck. Boise State doesn't beat Sir. They gain a bit of territory over that, but Durtho, fresh off boost, has a nice dribble into Luminosity's corner. Woozy takes quick shot. It's redirected into the goal. Boise State in the lead in game 2.
What a shot here. You see it just get sent off and then bounce right off of Preston, right around Taha. Just get past that really strong defense that Luminosity's been showing.
Sir was the last one who could have been the goalie, and once he committed, it was wide open. Taha was left chasing the ball. Now a little over 3 minutes. Boise State, a pass over to Durtho from Woozy, trying to redirect it into the goal again. Taha will get a tap on it to pass it over to Taibu. Now they're trying to set it up. Flip reset from Taibu over to Sir, and Durtho reads it and saves for Boise State. But with mechanical plays like that, Luminosity is definitely firing back, trying to get into a lead. Can Boise State match them? Preston now waiting in the corner for the right moment to move. And Sir, pass over to Taha, read by Woozy. Now Durtho going up to try to sneak it in past Taibu, will get the demo. Woozy comes in. Durtho has to go up for boost, though. Preston waiting to see if he can take a shot on the goal. Elevates up, gets one touch, goes for flip reset, but he can't center it up quite yet, so Boise State will have to wait just a little bit longer for a goal. Now Durtho tries to take another shot toward the goal. It's slow. Durtho has to refill on boost. Sir back over toward the corner. Preston going and looking over. Can he take this away from Sir? Taha now takes it, plays it past Durtho. That's a huge opening for Luminosity to get some side control back here. Sir plays it, sets it up for Taha, and Preston reads it again. Boise State has really been tightening up all of that defense. Taha, flip reset, demoed mid-air, stops the dribble. Taibu tries again with the pass to Sir for the clear. Pass back to Taibu. Now elevating up past Boise State. They need Durtho to come in. He comes in at the last moment. Boise State is just getting these saves in the nick of time.
Yeah, we see Woozy trying to get into the corner here. Holding on. Preston has to stay on the wall there. Durtho, though, sending it up toward the goal, bounces off the backboard.
Woozy here for the goal. He gets it. Boise State into an even bigger lead now. Huge second game for the Broncos. Take a look at this too. You had multiple players from Luminosity committed in the air, and I think it was Taibu that was just a bit late on the rotation. So Boise State now up by 2, minute 21 left. Woozy now sets it up in a good position off a kickoff. Preston trying to get it at that 51st, isn't going to be able to do it. Taibu looking over the field with Sir. Pop off to try to steal it away. One tap by Boise State, and Woozy just gingerly takes it away from the goal. Boise State still keeping these shots away, keeping Luminosity to just 1. Taha back down toward the ground. Durtho will get a tap on it. Sir, pass over to Taibu, clear up to the goal. Boise State, they were left so open there and vulnerable. By the skin of their teeth, they rotate back, but that was way too scary for my tastes. Preston now comes in, huge bomber back toward the goal. Taha gets the save. Preston trying to stop the clear. Durtho comes in, runs right into them in midfield. Now it's going to try to dribble this ball. Just a game of keep away right now because there's only 20 seconds left on the clock, and Boise State trying to keep in the lead to tie this series up. Woozy goes in. Sir gets a shot back toward mid. Now it's Durtho going up against Sir. It's going to be pushed above the goal. Durtho just corrals it off toward the side as Taibu comes in with one last chance to try to center it, and Woozy off the wall. Huge shot back out. There is no chance right now. Boise State will take the second game and drive the match to even keel.
Yeah, and we see Boise State, we talked about how they had the higher shot percentage, and now we see that gap grow even more now as we see 59% or 58% of total shots were on Boise State.
Yeah, they were ahead in all of the key stats, but one key stat I think we need to really pay attention is Sir, who had 5 saves that round. So shows kind of who the main target is, who your Boise State is going to be wanting to disrupt if they want to try to get even bigger score lines. But very encouraging step for the Broncos going up against Luminosity, tying it back up in Game 2. Now we're going to be moving on to Game 3, and these matches, the most that we've seen them being decided by have only been 2 goals, so most of them being decided by only 1 goal. So even though Boise State is finding a bit of a second wind at this point, I don't quite expect them to have an easy ride. I think it's going to be routinely decided by 1, maybe 2 goals.
Yeah, both these teams just playing phenomenally, and it's both. All these goals you're fighting tooth and nail for. Like each one, it seems like for every goal that lands, there's been like 5 or 6 that have been defended by these crazy plays. So definitely not making it easy on each other.
Boise State going up against Luminosity in the RLCS qualifiers. We are into Game 3 of this match. The first kickoff going in favor of Durtho. It's answered back by Taibu, though. Usually someone in that follow-up position to answer it back. Uzi now takes the ball, gets some clear side control from it. We'll see what the Broncos can do with it. Durtho comes in for the shot on goal. Double commit now from Luminosity. Both of them jumped up in the air to try to save that. Doesn't result in a goal, but more mistakes like that, Boise State could be looking at their first. If they also make a mistake of their own and go too far up the field, they did manage to get away with that. It bounced off the post, but both teams making me catch my breath a little bit at the beginning of the match. All right, we're past the first half minute. Let's see if things calm down a bit. Doesn't look like it, with Sir setting it up for another shot from Taha onto the goal. Woozy reads it and is going to be able to drive it away. Taha tried to take another shot toward the goal, didn't find it. Now where does Preston take it? He'll leave it for Woozy, in fact. Sir will get a touch on the ball, trying to drive it back. Leaves it for Taibu. Taibu gets the shot, setting it up for Sir, and Boise State, though, disrupting enough to keep the shot at bay. Preston reads it, gets another save, and first minute has passed. A demo goes on to Luminosity, allowing Boise State a bit of breathing room to clear the ball back. Still tied at 0-0, 1 minute in.
Yeah, we see here still a minute, barely a minute 15 in, 0 goals on the board, but so many close shots.
Yeah, that really has been. Both teams have kind of at the beginning, I would say the first half minute, Boise State was more of a threat, but then Luminosity came back and was pelting a bunch of shots on Boise State's goal. Preston goes in, tries to push it around the corner. Taibu pops it off the roof, off the wall, leaving it for Sir. Where does Sir take it? Not that far, thanks to Preston. Now Durtho moves in. That's a demo to clear out the goal. Huge opportunity for the Broncos. Durtho has it with his patented trademark double shot. He is known for these types of shots. He carries it toward the goal, then one final spike in, slipping it past the goalposts, slipping it past the crossbar and the goalies by just mere pixels. It's what we know Durtho for, and what Boise State fans are cheering him on for right now. Durtho, another shot toward the goal, spotted the opening and double commit on the save. Woozy tries to lock it down, but they aren't able to find it. But Boise State definitely finding new life and in a position to possibly go into the lead for this match. 50-50, gonna go in favor of Taha. Preston now takes it back toward mid. And it's back over their left, chasing after it. Luminosity. Durtho trying to take it away from them. Plays it off the ceiling, leaving it for someone in the center, but there's no one quite yet. Boise State having to refill on boost, so they'll be kept at bay for the time being. Preston comes in. Taibu.
And we see we're at the halfway mark. Boise State up 1 here. They just got to keep this momentum going, try and get this a few essential goals just for security here.
Durtho moves in. He's going to be able to take the boost before it can be stolen away. Nice demo onto Sir in mid, but Taha comes in while Sir respawns to keep the ball being fired onto the goal. Preston moves way back. He's going to pick up his own boost, run right into Sir. 2 minutes left in the proceedings for Game 3. Boise State, nice little play over Sir. Taha will drive it back over toward the side. Durtho off the wall, up high. Who's going to take it? Woozy too far back on the field, but Preston comes in. Yeah, Woozy was just making sure that they didn't leave that goal open. Boise State is being very careful. Camera there made that look a little bit closer than it actually was. This one, though, definitely could go in the goal. It's a bit too far off, though. Now we're into 1 minute 30 seconds, and Boise State has just been gingerly holding on to this 1-goal lead. Taibu not going to be able to center. Preston moves in, goes for the double tap, gets it. It has to fall back down toward the ground. Boise State now just needs to find this clear to get back to side control. They've been at a loss for it in the past minute or so. Woozy now, good play up the center. Durtho to drive it in. They overextended themselves, and Boise State makes them pay for it. 2-0, Game 3, Broncos lead.
Yep, we see minute left on the clock here. It's going to be a very tough ask for Luminosity here. Get these 2 goals to even just tie it right now. Boise State just needs to hold on a little bit longer.
Boise State now looking to close this match down. Can they get it? Oh, a goal is scored onto them at the last minute. They're still in the lead, but certainly giving them a run for their money. Yeah, Woozy was trying to watch, see how this went. Durtho was also contesting on the ball. Boise State is going to be reminded that they can just not walk away with an early lead. Moves and shot off the crossbar. Durtho pushes it off to the corner. Durtho now moves in, making more ground for the Broncos. Ball's going to drop in the center of the goal. Woozy tried to get a Preston, tried to get a touch on it. Woozy hanging in the back though, keeping this play going. Quick shot by Durtho, not going to find it. More pressure being placed onto Boise State's worst enemies right now because they're keeping it so close. Taha, another try to get the side control back. That's a great face-off by Preston. That buys Boise State precious more seconds. Taha tries to push it toward the goal. Boise State might have to defend them. One big clear here could secure the game for them. Woozy has eyes on the ball. Back over toward Taibu. Boise State now, clock ticks down. They just have to ground it. Quick shot toward the goal. Buzzer beater, and Durtho stops it right at the last moment. Boise State walks away with Game 3.
Oh, got a little spooky there at the end. Ball staying in the air just that hair longer. Barely managed to spike it in and secure the round.
Look at Woozy also went completely demo happy that game. Definitely getting into disruption. It seems like Boise State, that was the main thing that Boise State lacked in kind of the first game, is they were getting disrupted so much. But as you can see with all the demos, 2 for Durtho, 2 for Preston, 5 for Woozy, they're really getting the other team's face, just completely demoing them back and forth, opening up some shots. And we did see the overextension in the middle of the game, and that's kind of the first one that I've seen so far in the RLCS. Doesn't come up as often because rarely do you want all 3 players past that midfield mark, but Boise State saw the one opening they had, capitalized on it, but that last minute, oh my goodness, I thought Boise State was going to win. A 2-goal lead with as high up as we are in the proceedings. 1 minute to go. They'll probably walk away with the victory. But that goal scored at the 54-second mark made me rethink. I was holding my breath the entire time.
Just like, okay, they're in a good spot here, and then just boom, go right after you mentioned it. Of course.
All right. We'll see if Boise State can put it all to rest here in Game 4. Moving on in, Durtho elevates up. Who can he set it up to? We'll leave it for one right now. This is best of 5, so this is match point. Boise State has 2 opportunities to win here. Let's do it in Game 4 and save us all a bit of panic here. Taibu tries to take the shot. Woozy is going to stop him from doing that. Back off into the corner. Durtho lets Sir play around him. Actually, he's surrounded by 2 players. Taha tries to take it around for him. Preston pinched off the wall. Can there be a shot? Oh, Woozy tries it. Boise State, though, for the first half minute, had a good amount of side control going. Preston takes a shot. He whiffs, though. This is dangerous. And Durtho comes in as the 3rd man to be able to keep Boise State from being scored on. But no rest for the weary. Durtho has to take this away from Taha. He does. Now he's in a dribble to get the flip reset. And he drives it at least toward midfield, towards Sir. Nice demo onto Taibu as well. Taha now looking, where can he take the ball from here? Shot clear off to Boise State's corner. Preston pass over to Durtho. It's not quite on the goal though, but that was a great demo. Quick redirect, and Preston tries to take the follow-up, doesn't find it. But I love what I'm seeing for Boise State. They have put multiple shots on goal now, even if the game isn't quite crediting them with it. They've definitely, I think, been putting more offensive pressure than their opponents. So now Sir comes in. Huge shot back up toward Boise State's goal. Durtho will stop it. 1 minute and a half into the match. 3:30 to go. Preston sets it off. Not going to bounce off the backboard. Sir touches it. Durtho comes in, elevates up, way back over toward Preston, off the wall, gets another tap. It's redirected back toward the goal. Sir will be forced. He gets demo. Taibu now trying to take it off. Durtho, though, they try to run right into him, but he will not have any of it. He drives it back toward the goal, sends it in. Follow up by Preston. Boise State bounces off the crossbar and is still left to 0-0, but they are trying their hearts out. Now we're just almost to the halfway point. Boise State has now built up a clear lead in shots on goal, but none of them have made it through, and the crossbar rearing its ugly head yet again.
Yep, shot after shot here. The defense, though, holding strong. See Preston setting it up in the air.
But no. I don't even know if it's the defense, because Boise State has had clear shots. It's just the shot itself has been too high or too wide. Durtho demos onto Sir. Boise State trying to keep their heads in the game. Back over toward midfield marker. Taha getting ready. Sir hanging out in the goal for whatever shenanigans Boise State has planned. Durtho just flies right by. Have to leave for Preston, who's playing with Woozy as the tag team. Taibu gets one shot, and they're going to have to dash back. Ball's just a bit too high for them to answer, so they'll go back to their defensive quarter. Durtho now comes in, playing it around a whole bunch of the other team. Can they get the goal? No. Taha just hanging in there to get the save. 1 minute, 50 seconds left, and the Broncos still had a scoreless tie. Durtho coming in, nice dribble shot, leaves it for Preston. They get the first goal after trying for over 3 minutes, and they're in the lead on the cusp of victory.
Just threading that through, able to get that first goal and really putting the pressure on here with only 1 minute 42 left.
Preston, huge shot. Sir will answer it. Boise State making more ground here. Woozy looking on. Doesn't want to commit quite yet. Waiting to see what Taha did. They did get a demo onto Taha. Quick shot back over to Woozy. He sees it, drives it in, and Boise State is now up 2 minutes and a half left. What an incredible run the Broncos have had in the RLCS qualifiers. Undefeated for 2 games. And they're hanging in for 2 days. Now they're hanging in there on day 3 and could be looking at yet another victory. They are down but not out in the overall tournament. Might just send this team packing instead. Preston not able to answer Taibu. Woozy going. He that one was rough. I'm not going to lie. That one was rough. Woozy positions himself a bit too far up the field. He tries to correct, but the shot is taken before he can. Position himself in front of, wasn't able to get back post there, so overall awkward position there, but Boise State just dusts themselves off. They have the lead. Similar situation to last game, and roughly 1 minute left to hang on to this 1-goal lead. They did it once before, they can do it again. Preston shot back toward Taha in mid. Taha now looking to where he can take it. Nowhere as Woozy, huge bomber back over toward blue territory. That's going to go back to orange territory as Boise State tries to defend. Oh. Sometimes these cameras just make my heart skip multiple beats, but Boise State still hanging in there to the lead now. Half a minute left for Boise State to pull out the victory. Preston Not able to get it. Durtho comes in, trying to play off the wall. Now back center. Quick shot taken by Taibu. Not going to find it. Boise State now moving back up the field. Pressing to get side control back. Passes over to Woozy. Taibu is going to stay firmly planted, but Boise State now with just 10 seconds left. They just need to maintain the side control, prevent the clears. It's one last chance for Taha here to get a clear. Boise State just needs to ground it at this point. Can they do it? They do! Boise State wins it in Game 4 after dropping one game and stays in the RLCS qualifiers.
Speaking of total shots there.
I know. Look at that. 73. All right, let's bring up the bracket to see where we overall are. You can see so many. Boise State gets the win in the lower bracket round 2. But they still have a ways to go. They got to face off against, it looks like, the lucky Dinkeldorfs. And they are for the next round. Only to make it on to the day 4 Swiss stage. Look at the number of teams, 887 competing. That Boise State has gotten this far is insane.
Yep, all 3 of them as well.
All right, we'll take a short break and then be back with more. Please stay tuned. Because
Once there was a traveler whose feet never left the ground. With only his mind as his map and his senses his compass, he raced into the great unknown. Armed only with the speed of legend. His trails he blazed, his rivals he played. Every sprint a blur. Every turn trusting his allies. In silence he raged and waged with quickening, sickening speed. His name a chant filling arenas. Because some heroes leave footprints, others an afterburn. Without conflict, there is no resolution. Without verses, there is no victory.
No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You got it.
And back on again. Ow, 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 ow. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. We just saw a very exciting match. Currently in the lower bracket of the RLCS, it's Swiss round day 3. Boise State winning it 3-1 in Game 4. Now they move on to face-off against the aptly named Lucky Dinkeldorfs, and we'll see how lucky they are for this round. Boise State, I'm still joined by Hayden Dalton. Oh, that was a nail biter. These games are not being decided by more than 2 goals.
No, they are not. These teams have just shown why they're here and why they've gotten as far as they have here.
There were 884 teams in the RLCS qualifiers when we started, and we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of it, but each match gets harder and harder as you get deeper and deeper into the bracket. And this is a double elimination bracket. Boise State is already down 1, so they have to win from here on out to stay in the proceedings. Of course, if they're wanting to do that, then I would think Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League would definitely help them out. So we have a little bit of interesting information. The Lucky Dinkeldorfs are all just 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
That could be actually very dangerous. For those who might not be initiated, you're saying, oh, you know, collegiate students get 13-year-old. Of course. No. There are prodigies in this game. There are people who are so insane. And when you think of it, you know, kids have all summer to keep practicing. They've got breaks, you know, they're not doing huge essays at the time. I mean, there you see 13 for Lucky Dinkeldorfs. You see how Boise State can do as immediately Pigeon just scores on the Broncos. Let's see how this takes up. Pigeon, oh, that's a great cheat right there. I mean, that's textbook of what you want to do in the kickoff. So Boise State caught on the back foot as Lucky Dinkeldorfs get the first. Woozy takes a shot off to the side. Pigeon looking to take it. Preston, right there. Though looking, where's he going to take this? Above Dizzy. Woozy now, huge shot back over to Ward. Dinkeldorfs, I'm just going to say blue side of the field. That's too many syllables for me to say right now. Woozy in tow, trying to take a shot on the goal. Isn't going to be able to score. Boise State now looking. Huge shot from Pigeon back over to Ward. Broncos goal. Gertho now takes it. Above 2. Scythe the one to save. Unable to get the clear. Woozy plays over, down, into the goal. Doesn't quite find it. A little bit more to the left, and that might have been the first goal for the Broncos. Dizzy taking the ball. Quick shot on goal. Gertho will stop him. 50-50 in favor of Scythe. Gertho moving back. Pigeon, huge shot. Woozy coming in. Not going to get it. Scythe looking over as Preston tries to corral the ball. Gertho now with the dribble. Double tap. Quick shot in off the crossbar. Not going to let it slide past. Boise State has been kind of matching blue overall in terms of the shots on goal, but man, the defense has just been there. Preston takes a shot off the backboard. Not going to get it. Woozy plays it around the corner. This is a lot of side control for the Broncos, however. As soon as I say that, though, it's back in contention in midfield. Gertho is going to let that one slide, move back because he needs a little bit more boost. Boise State, though, locking possession of this ball down. I rethink myself. They're now in their own defensive corner. Around the corner they go, trying to find their clear. Back over to Ward Preston. Gertho, quick shot. Double tap. Preston. Huge shot up. Doesn't quite get it. Oh, Gertho. Oh, trying to spot. Oh, quick pass over to Woozy off the crossbar. Preston, third man in, and he ties it up at 2 minutes and 36 seconds.
What a shot here. Just barely manages to get it in. And that'll tie things up here. Broncos really needed that to keep this game going here.
Gertho now testing in mid. Shot by Preston back toward the goal. Scythe has view on it. Woozy off the backboard. Scythe leaves it. Gertho takes it. Huge shot back, and it is going to be deflected by Dizzy. Preston, though, quick follow-up off the post. Doesn't find it. Boise State is out shooting this team, though, by a long shot, but it's been very stellar defense that has kept their opponents in the running. Gertho gets it stolen away from him. Pigeon trying to look on. Woozy tries to take another shot on goal. Both of the Broncos commit onto it, actually. I think Woozy was actually going for disruption. And Preston tries to set it up again, coming in. No follow-up, though. Boise State is trying to keep this from being cleared. About 1 minute, 40 seconds left. Way back over to the other side of the field. Preston moves in. Pass over to Durtho. Dizzy back over toward the side. Preston, open goal. Thank you very much for the Broncos, who are now in the lead.
A minute left with a goal up. Broncos, we've seen this situation before. We know they can make it.
At this point, you know, you want to cheer for the Broncos, and of course you hope that they get the win here. Knowing that they're going up against 13-year-olds, I feel like we're playing Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader here. Even if you win, you almost feel a little bit bad about yourself for saying I'm smarter than a fifth grader. Even at this point, though, Boise State now moving in. Woozy gets a shot, clear up high in the corner. And let's follow up. Look at that backflip by Woozy, almost driving it in by himself. 1 minute left. Moves off to the corner. Boise State centers it again. Dizzy trying to keep it. Shot by Durtho. Back over toward Woozy. Boise State just keeping possession of the ball. How about another goal? Preston gets it, and a hat trick on top of that.
Bringing Boise State up 3-1 here with, I believe, under a minute left here. Good place to be sitting at this point in the game.
Woozy around the corner. Durtho dunking it down. 30 seconds left. Woozy setting it up. Preston, oh, that would have been a tough deflect, but would have been a very unexpected shot had he gotten it. Game one, though, is winding down, and Boise State leading by 3-1 with only 15 seconds left on the clock. I would say that this one is pretty much done and dusted. 10 seconds left. It is counting down. Boise State just needs to ground this, and then they will be up 1 in this best-of-5, and that is indeed the case. Even if a goal was scored here, wouldn't make a difference. And Boise State goes up 1 against the Lucky Dinkeldorfs. No way that I can possibly say that in a civilized manner, so I'm just going to dive into it. Look at the shots on goal. Boise State 76% to 24.
Yeah, just keeping the pressure on, never giving them a chance to actually fire off any of their own goals at that point in the game.
But, I mean, the defense also for Lucky Dinkeldorfs is just, considering how much Boise State put on the goal, they had so many saves, and it's just so impressive that 13-year-olds can compete at this level and trade blow to blow with a collegiate team. But it just shows, how many, young talent is entering the field. I mean, you remember a few weeks ago that story about the 13-year-old who beat Tetris before anyone else could.
Yes.
He beat the NES version of Tetris, actually got to the kill screen. So I remember there was an event here where we had a bunch of high schoolers, and one of the coaches here said, who wants to be pro? And, of course, all the teens raised their hand, and he said, well, you know that there's a 15-year-old just signed on to a pro team. To all you 16-year-olds, you're 1 year behind. So, I mean, there is some insane talent brought up. And Boise State, though, managing to stand up against Lucky Dinkeldorfs. And even how, I just got to give a shout-out to them competing at this level, doing as good as they are. I'm sure they've got a bright future ahead of them, win or lose today.
Yeah, that's one of those things is like their career is just beginning at this point. And if you're at this stage right now, like it's only going up from there.
And now Boise State moving into the second round. If they get this one, they will move into match point territory. Here we go, and Boise State has already started things off right with a goal. They kind of beat Lucky Dinkeldorfs at their own game. If you remember round one, a goal was scored right at the very beginning of the game. Boise State answering that back, so now they're in the driver's seat and as long as they can play keep away, they could theoretically just not score another goal and just win this one outright. But Boise State never content to be at just a 1-goal lead. Woozy will move in, go to Durtho, tries to put a quick one into the goal, doesn't quite get it. Woozy now setting it up for himself. The ball is up high, time for the team to retake. Ooh, that's a nice juicy 100 that Durtho picked up. That kind of boost starving is what I like to see. Scythe moves in. Preston gets played over, and Woozy is right there. Great save by the Broncos. Dinkeldorf's putting a bit more pressure onto the Broncos now. Once they've got the side control, they are showing that they can put shots on goal one after the other. I was talking about, even though the score was 3-1 last game, I would say the defense for Lucky Dinkeldorf's was pretty ironclad. And so the question is, will the Broncos be as ironclad? Durtho got his save there, so the answer is yes so far. Woozy now moves up, Durtho in tow, waiting for the passing shot. Scythe comes in, pushes it back to Preston in midfield. Moving in, Durtho trying to take the ball off their own backboard. Boise State now, Preston has to respawn. Pop up off by Dizzy, and Woozy will get it. Push Dinkeldorf's back to their own territory. About 2 minutes having passed. A lot has been quiet since the first initial goal. Woozy comes in. Durtho has to push it off to the corner. Going to pick up his own boost. Now fresh on boost. Where does he want to take it? Off the ceiling, he plays it. Leaves it for Preston. Scythe gets one tap on it, but the play still goes toward the Broncos. Back over into the corner. Woozy now setting it up. Durtho trying to disrupt in the goal, but the Broncos still not quite finding it. Time ticking down. Boise State wants to get a nice insurance goal on the board. Preston now has it off the backboard. Nicely aimed. Boise State just excels. Once again, I was saying a little bit earlier, Boise State excels at these types of dunk shots, and a nice sportsmanship as well. Nice shot coming out from Pigeon as well. That's, oh man, I'm enjoying this match. This is actually a really wholesome match when you think about it.
Yeah. Very, just the potential here. The sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship. Not like I would say to a lot of other collegiate teams out there who shall go unnamed, but when a bunch of 13-year-olds are more mature than you, you got to rethink your life decisions. Moving back on to the actual game right now. Preston shot on toward the goal, not going to find it. Woozy now back over toward Preston. Durtho going back on the field, trying to find a way to pass it over toward Woozy. The goal is wide open. Durtho will say thank you and score the third goal for the Broncos. Nice disruption overall by the Broncos. I think that was the reason why that goal was left wide open. Wasn't necessarily a mistake from the other team. It's just the other players were keeping the rotations at bay. Now Dizzy moves up. Pigeon comes in. Scythe now. Oh, nice shot by Lucky Dinkeldorfs, putting themselves on the board. Let's see this one again. Gets stop at mid. Preston is in an awkward position. He's kind of halfway through his turnaround. Sometimes you can either turn around on the ground or use the curve of the goal to turn around and get a shot onto the goal. But he was upside down when he saw the shot going past the midfield line, so he was just a second or two off of his rotation, if you will. Scythe now looking over the field. Where does he want to take it? Leaves it for Dizzy, but Preston playing a bit of interference. Now Woozy moves in. Durtho just a tap off. Preston comes in. Doesn't quite get it. Woozy, though, keeping this at midfield. Huge shot back over toward the corner. Nice shot by Preston, getting the Broncos back into a 3 lead.
Getting that extra goal back for the Broncos here. Kind of keeping that security so they can afford to play a little more aggressive if they need to.
Durtho now moves in for the kickoff. Gets demoed shortly afterwards. And Preston as well. It's just Woozy left.
Are they going for the ace?
Nah. I think Boise State is going to. At this level of competition, I don't think you can play with your food that much. Woozy now moving to center it. Durtho off to the side. Dizzy off to the side. Their names both start with the same letter. I messed up there. I have a sibling whose name starts with the same letter as me, so I'm well used to this predicament. Meanwhile, back to the game as I catch my breath. Scythe moving up. Preston looking onward to try to stop Pigeon's shot. Nice, and they're too far up the field. That's another one for the Broncos, and a hat trick on top of that.
A little too much overextension there, and it just kind of soars on by. 50 seconds left in this match.
Durtho, nice dribble. Is completely into the goal. I think this is quite now seriously a GG go next here.
Yeah, sometimes you just kind of got to reset, use this time to kind of think of the next game and what you can do.
Yeah, and I think that is the ultimate question, if Lucky Dinkeldorfs will be able to pull that off. They'll just, use the minute that they have to relax and reset. Certainly, I've seen a lot of reverse sweeps come up, and there's a lot of talent on this side. The Broncos can't get lackadaisical about this at all. Actually, I mean, you see right there, demo onto Durtho by Dizzy. Uzi moving in, Dizzy trying to save, they're off. And we're to Brazil. I never thought we would take a trip to Brazil at this point in the game. We've been seeing so many matches that have been decided by 1 or 2 goals, but at this point, Boise State is just rolling up the score for themselves as much as they can, now up to 7-1. Shot by Durtho off the kickoff, almost goes in right by itself. 14 seconds left before Boise State wins Game 2 and goes on to match point. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that will be it for the Broncos. They win their second. Now on to match point in Game 3. Maybe one more feel-good goal for Lucky Dinkeldorfs. Not going to happen, though. And now we move on to what could be the final stand. And again, Boise State has just been completely dominating in terms of shots on goal.
Yeah, just seeing the kind of consistent total shots for Boise State here. Like, it's not even, it was kind of the same way last time where it was always Boise State with a little more shots. Just shows kind of how they're, you just keep firing at the goal, and eventually, as long as your defense is solid, you're going to get enough points.
And Boise State, if they win this one, they have one more match to go. And if they win that match, then they're moving on to day 4 of Swiss. Because when you have 800, again, nearly 900 teams signing up for this qualifier, it is just day after day after day of competition.
And to be able to play at this level with this intensity each time, like, it takes a lot out of you.
Definitely does. Definitely does. And the Broncos getting so close to where they can go home knowing that they are still in the tournament. That's got to be a huge thing for them. But they got to get the win for this match. They also got to get it for the next. So one game stands between them and Lucky Dinkeldorfs. And one game stands between them and the match 1 against Lucky Dinkeldorfs. So I'm catching my breath because, man, this has been an emotional roller coaster for me.
Yeah, I mean, like that, the very first match especially is just like, you're holding on, you're really, it could have gone either way, so we'll have to see if, what Lucky Dinkeldorfs have used their time for. If they, we see more demos coming out again, I've noticed.
Getting a bit more chippy. Preston now looking over the field. Dizzy takes the ball. Preston now has it back. Durtho pushes it off to the corner. Scythe moves for the potential clear. Shot by Preston. That's a nice stop on that clear attempt. In fact, Woozy's going to deny Dizzy at his attempt at clear. We'll see how Pigeon does. He gets stopped by Durtho. Everything not getting too far past midfield except for this one. And it's right in front of Boise State's goal. Durtho makes a quick U-turn, puts a stop to that, and gets the side control back for the Broncos. And they're going to pass in front of their own goal, but it's far enough up. Boise State can't take a shot at it. Durtho moves in. Scythe stopping that before it can start. Woozy, quick shot on to goal, saved by Dizzy. See how Preston can do now. He moves into the corner. Way back for Durtho. He's going to try, he didn't even in position to center it at that point. Boise State has expended near all of their boosts. They have to move back. They're now full up again. So let's see how things go. Preston stopped at midfield. Goes over to Woozy. Now in the corner. Woozy runs right into Dizzy. Back to midfield. Preston stops it and has been seeing the blue half of the field for the vast majority of this match. Preston now moves back. It's Bit of an air dribble, pass over to Durtho. And quick shot. Nope, not going to find it. Like I said, the defense has been really good for Dinkeldorf's.
Yep, just trying to keep this ball on the opposite side. They needed to stay off, and Durtho will find the first goal of the game here.
Nicely played. Uzi, takes a quick bounce off of Pigeon, and Durtho sees the opportunity, the 1 second he has. He'll get it. Now we'll move on. 3 minutes, 10 seconds. Oh, quick equalizer by Scythe. I want to see that one again. Let's see. Pigeon. Oh, yeah, it's been the cheat game. Dinkeldorfs are so good on cheating off the kickoff. Scythe has been consistently back there after the initial 50-50 to get these quick goals. That's the way, remember, the very first goal of this match was scored by Lunky Dinkeldorfs in the same way. So, nice job. Now we're back to even keel. Dizzy moves in, setting it up for Scythe. Going to be stopped by Durtho. Scythe elevates off to the corner. Preston moves in. Might see it. Durtho moves in. Nope, not going to find the goal there. Preston gets played over. Uzi moving back to do a bit of defense. Preston has an open goal, scores it, and Boise State back in the lead. 2-2-1. I'm pacing myself. I'm pacing myself. I can't lose my voice at all of these plays here. So don't think that I'm not just as excited at this match. This is a great one. I'm human. My voice box has limitations. Kickoff in favor of Dersey. Back over to Durtho. Now Preston looking over, trying to stop Pigeon.
Woozy sending it into the corner here. Durtho taps it up, water falling over, but it's going to be deflected.
And Durtho, ooh, a lot of the Lucky Dinkeldorfs jumped into mid-air all at once. Don't quite know how that happened. Durtho moves in, Scythe around the corner. Ooh, shot by Pigeon, stopped by Preston. Again, you got Durtho and Dizzy, Pigeon and Preston here. It's like they're setting up a tongue twister for me here. I'm having to enunciate every single syllable to the best of my abilities for this match. Pigeon now comes in, whiffs on it. Woozy plays it over Dizzy. Preston, quick shot, ball is high up in the air. Scythe looking to get control of it, doesn't find it. Durtho off the backboard, leaving it for Preston, kept at bay by Scythe. Scythe now looking for his clear. Double tap on the dribble, is going to lose it near the midfield mark. 1 minute remaining, pass back to Pigeon, high in the air. Double commit by the Broncos. First time I've seen that today. Preston and Woozy both go for it, and Pigeon tries to get a shot on the goal. A demo gets put onto Dizzy. Boise State trying to buy a little bit of time for themselves to get it clear. Durtho picks up the boost, plays it under one. Not able to play past two, though. Dizzy now has the ball, running it back toward Boise State's goal. Scythe now looking, where can he get this ball into the corner? 50-50 in favor of Woozy. Durtho shot pretty far back toward the goal, all things considered. 17 seconds left. Can Boise State pull off the victory? Durtho back over. 5, 4, 3, 2, and it looks like if Boise State can ground this, they win this 3-0. All right. So now the Broncos just one a game away from ending the day out with a victory. I think, nothing is making me a millennial feel older.
There we see.
No, yeah, there we go.
Going against plot twist.
Plot twist. Okay, well, maybe it will be a plot twist. I have no idea.
The plot thickens.
All right, I'm just going to let that go on by. Yeah, we will go to a quick I do want to say before we go to a quick break, nothing is making me, a millennial, feel older than commentating a game where Gen Zers are playing against Gen Alpha. I'll just say that. I'm ready to get my walker and complain more about all these kids and how good they are at Rocket League and all that. Okay, we'll go to a short break and then be back with the final game of the day. Don't go away. Can the Broncos stay in the match?
Once there was a traveler whose feet never left the ground. With only his mind as his map and his senses his compass, he raced into the great unknown, armed only with the speed of legend. His trails he blazed, his rivals he played, every sprint a blur, every turn trusting his allies. In silence he raged and waged with quickening, sickening speed. His name a chant filling arenas. Because some heroes leave footprints, others an afterburn. Without conflict, there is no resolution. Without verses, there is no victory.
No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You've got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. We're getting ready for our final round of Swiss competition in the Rocket League of the RLCS Championship Series. Boise State started out, competing on stuff like NACE and CRL, and now they are going all the way up to the pro level to see if they can qualify. And they're into day 3 of Swiss. It is double elimination, however, which means that Boise State has already given up the one loss they have. They can only lose one from here on out. But the good news is they're only one game away from ending this and moving on to day 4. Let's start out by taking a look at a few replays. This was the first match of the day against Omelette. That was the one that Boise State dropped, and then we moved on to the next game, and Boise State looked a little bit shaky, but managed to be able to win that game 3-1. They moved on to Lucky Dinkeldorf's, played against a bunch of 13-year-olds. They did win that one, though. Prodigies, I might say, though, who have a lot of promise going on. So now it is just one left before we can all say goodnight.
Yep, I mean, these teams, been fighting tooth and nail some of these matches. This one went borderline overtime in most of these, and it was, I think, 2 points difference at the most ever. So these teams are definitely up there, and Yeah, we got, I believe the next team up is called Plot Twist.
Plot Twist, and which is also really, really, really fitting for the final match of the day. The match that could send the Broncos home. They've made such a heroic run, and then they go up against Plot Twist and lose.
I don't know what it is, but just hearing that name is just like, dun dun dun.
I know, yeah.
So, yeah, just looking at some of these highlights, just some crazy plays here from both sides. Like, the defense of all the teams we've seen especially has been very good, and so a lot of these, at any point was very hard fought here, it felt like. Like, there was very few, I think there was a few overextends, but just barely, and most of the time it was almost a lot of, like, disruptions, and demos were the only way you could get an actual goal in.
Yeah, I mean, for every single match, I could probably just count on my hand the number of times I saw, like, huge, like a double commit or, you know, overextension into a goal. Things were really great in terms of the overall just kind of base mechanical skill that we're seeing from these teams. So Boise State now just has one to go. Durtho, Woozy, and Preston are just one away from closing it down, and then we will all be able to breathe a sigh of relief for the evening until we move on to day 4. Then we do this all over again.
You know, jump right back into it. Hopefully some more great
get away,
names.
they pull me back in. Of course, it is in the good way, though, because you want to cheer for the Broncos that they do their best in this, what would be a huge source of news if they actually were able to qualify for this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're still in it, and they're still moving.
And they had to go up against, I mean, really tough opponents. Yesterday, they went up against a team that had competitors from Northwood, and that's a school that Boise State has had quite a history with. They're known as one of the top schools in the collegiate space. Boise State was able to get the win over them. So for the Broncos to make this much of a run here and have a chance to get through yet another day, then that would be just a huge testament to how far this team has come.
Yeah, I know. Like, each one of these is definitely a hurdle. Like, you kind of got to just have that mental attitude where you can have these intense matches and then reset and, like, play like you're just playing the first game again. Because that's, I think, one of the hardest parts about this.
Here we see... I do believe we're actually going to be seeing a few plays from yesterday as well against kind of the teams that I was talking about, the player from Northwood. But, I mean, we've got top 5s here that are going to be sent out. And Boise State, I mean, really trying to play at their best. And every match that they have, this was a view, just a little bit back. We've also been doing CVAL. Boise State faced off against Utah State, and both Utah State and UCLA. They both have won that one. So in a way, kind of all the pressure has been placed back on to the Rocket League team. We have sort of the seesaw between the two teams of, okay, I've won my game, can you win your day? Okay, I've won my day, can you win your game? And now it's back in Rocket League's quarter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it gives you a kind of fun back and forth extra thing to motivate you as they're going through these hard matches right now and moving forward.
So Boise State, I mean, I'm trying to think if like there's any key thing that I've seen from them that has really been, you know, maybe that's something that they could improve on, but all kind of the fundamentals I'm thinking, rotations, double commits, overextensions, they're things that have only really been done once, you know, maybe twice. Here we go, plot twist for Boise State, referencing one of kind of the all-time plot twists that everyone still remembers. I'm not going to really call it a spoiler, because if you still consider a spoiler from that movie a spoiler at this point, then I don't know what to tell you. It's been over a decade. Multiple decades, I think, actually. But it is a Rocket League Championship Series. Boise State hanging on in there, going up against so many teams. I mean, when you think about it, we saw there were like 4 or 5 matches for this day alone. And then, you know, you think about day 1 and 2. That means, you know, up to like their 15th match overall.
Yeah, which goes back to like how you got to just reset and take these one game at a time, because like that's a lot of matches, and like the same solution isn't for everyone. Like, you can't just play the same. You have to adapt and learn.
Well, think about it in terms of Fortnite. If Fortnite started off with 884 players and you made it to at least position 48, you'd be feeling pretty good about yourself. As here we go into Plot Twist, the last team left before Boise State can end this day, and they're going to give the Broncos a run for their money as Sosa scores the first goal for Plot Twist. Expert passes it over. In fact, all three of them get in on this goal and play all around the Broncos.
Yep, a strong start coming out for Plot Twist here, leaving it to the Broncos to start getting these points up and just to hold on.
Sosa moving through off the backboard. Woozy has to try to save. Expert places another one on. And you see another just great amount of teamwork here. Expert goes in, and then you see Sosa getting right in the face of Dorothy. He tries to jump up, but Sosa just the right time blocks him. So Boise State just can't defend there. Plot Twist gets another goal on the board. Now 2-0 just 30 seconds in. Sosa takes a shot, able to stop the Broncos' offensive volley. Messi moves in, Woozy around the corner. They'll move back. Sosa just kind of waiting, putting Durfo in an awkward position. Expert looking to play off the ceiling, off the backboard. Another shot placed onto the Broncos' goal. Not able to really get the ball past. I mean, the side control has just been so dominant for Plot Twist thus far. Ritho takes it. He's able to play around one. Runs right into Sosa in midfield. Now Preston comes in for the shot. Looking to get the flip reset. Going, no! Just onto the crossbar. Coffer places it off to the side. Back over toward Durtho. Shot placed up high. Preston takes one tap. Woozy another. Back over toward Durtho, though. Expert body blocks that shot as well. We haven't really even seen too many saves from Plot Twist because they've happened in Boise State's half of the field. Woozy coming in, trying to get the first goal. That's a nice clear out of the goal. Preston spots it, but the remaining players put an end to Boise State's hopes of a goal there. Another save by Sosa. Boise State will still be left looking for a goal. Preston now going after Durtho. Durtho, quick shot. Woozy manages to sneak it in. And the team is now roaring with excitement. They are still in this one.
Threading the needle here.
And look at that. Oh my goodness. Expert was just a millisecond off his rotation. A half of a second more and he would have been able to just turn to the left and be able to completely stop that. Free ball after kickoff. Coffer. Doesn't have anyone really to pass to. Oh, he just plays it himself. Oh no. Oh no. Expert gets the goal after that. That was Boise State also, and I think it's just that disruption. They're keeping Boise State from rotating.
Yeah. I think there was a little bit of confusion at the start there, but so close. Just sending the ball out here. Sosa gonna soar it through the air.
Preston stop. Oh, look at Coffer here. One-man army. Shot on goal in 2 demos right after that. Preston comes in. No. Coffer looking to air dribble it. Past Woozy. Expert shot on goal. Stopped by Durtho. Not too many offensive opportunities for the Broncos. They've had just 3 shots on goal, whereas Plot Twist has had 10 so far. Woozy sets it up. High in the air. Durtho past Coffer. Kept past midfield. Durtho around the corner. Expert elevates up. Good shot. Woozy. Only actually watch as Sosa passes it onward. Now Preston back to Woozy. In the rotation comes Expert. Woozy goes flying over it. Preston runs right into him. Durtho tries to take it. Double commit by Plot Twist. But not going to really turn into a goal scored by the Broncos. Durtho comes in. Quick shot toward the goal. Off the crossbar. Not going to find it. Close, and another one off. Broncos still looking for it. Two great shots on goal, just not quite there. 1 minute left. Durtho tries to take a clear right down center. Stopped by Coffer. Easy, 2 shots. Unable to get his flip reset, and Durtho tries to flip back, get some better positioning. Sosa takes a shot. Coffer shot on goal. Oh. Boise State saves again. Corner stopped by Coffer. I mean, so many of these clears aren't even able to make it, let alone the midfield mark, the defensive third, when you really think about it. Yep. Just a few seconds left. Boise State won't be able to take the win for that one, but maybe that one goal will give them some time to reflect, reevaluate, and re-strategize for the next team. For the next match, and because it's late in the day.
Yeah, and
And I don't have the luxury of what we just saw, you know, the players doing there. I don't have a Red Bull up here, so I can't. I don't have an energy drink up here. I'm trudging along with water.
Yeah, keep you hydrated. It's good for you.
It's good, but it doesn't do any. Never mind. I'm not going to get into that. It just Boise State, though. I think the main thing between them and Plot Twist is that Plot Twist is just doing such a good job of coming in. Oh, thank you, Doc. Thinks of everything. Actually, does get some. Thank you. I appreciate that. I actually am going to take a sip of it right now because, oh boy.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things you were mentioning, though, that, just take that time to reset now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get reevaluated. Drink some of your Red Bull.
Mm-hmm. I'll drink anything as long as it has the caffeine in it to carry me through. All right, we go into game 2. I mean, it wasn't a complete blowout. It was only a 2-goal game. So Boise State just needs to show that they first need to find ways to get clears out or at least play faster than Plot Twist, which I don't know if you can even do that, or maybe stop Plot Twist plays before they happen. I don't know, but the problem is Boise State all their passing has been shut down. And Durtho's going to get shut down for a little while. Quick shot by Expert. Oh, man. 15 seconds into game 2, and they score another goal.
Yep, that one demo just throwing things off a little bit. Still, 4 minutes, 45 seconds.
That's something that can kind of test your ability to reset, too. I mean, you spend a minute trying to, compose yourself, get back in the game, and all of a sudden, boom, another goal scored on you.
Yep. These demolitions, just very strong.
Expert comes in, shot on goal, stopped by Woozy. Follow-up being placed on, quick shot by Sosa. Bounced off Boise State and the goalpost. Woozy now looking, where can he take this? Stopped by Coffer. Lead up, Boise State can't find it. Expert shot, Preston off the wall. Demo's being traded back and forth. Coffer moves up, Expert looking to reflect. Ooh, demo onto Durtho as well. I mean, it's just so well timed. So well timed for wherever Boise State wants to bring in for the block or the clear. That's just Plot Twist is on them.
Woozies send the ball into the corner here. It will get knocked away, though, but Durtho is ready for it. Ooh, unfortunately, Coffer just barely able to get that in before Preston. Just by a hair here, you can see that. Oh, that was Woozy coming in, just barely unable to make it.
3 minutes, 35 5 seconds left in the game. Boise State yet to score. In fact, yet to get a shot on goal. Side control has been so dominantly in favor of plot twist. Might be an opportunity here for Broncos. Drops down in front of the goal. Joker puts a quick one onto the goal, saved by Expert. Uzi around the corner. Sosa reads it, has it. Is it around one? Uzi moving back. Sosa puts one up into the air, into the corner. They're looking. Woozy takes it. Ball high, going to be grounded. Durtho now moves up in. Woozy tries to get the disruption, but Coffer is right there. Durtho leaves it for Preston. Quick shot. Nope. Off to the side again.
Yeah, we see Durtho able to send it up. Gets it over. Woozy's going to try and get it back over the center for Preston, but Coffer able to save it.
Durtho now trying to make a play, but there's no follow-up. Preston moving back. Expert. Oh, demo onto Woozy as well. It's forcing Durtho to rotate in. Sosa. Demo onto Durtho yet again upfield. Woozy comes in, stopped. Preston takes a shot. Expert waiting. Sosa. Past Durtho. Demo onto Woozy again. Coffer takes another one. Round the corner. Durtho trying to get it out. It goes past Sosa and Expert. They have to dash back. Preston can't get a touch on the ball. Bit of an awkward position. Durtho was able to win that 50. Get a shot on the goal, but that's all he can walk away with at this point. Minute and a half left. Pass to Durtho from Woozy. Durtho places it onto the front post. Quick shot. They want to take it. Preston off of the post. Quick follow-up, though, by Woozy, but they still save it. Boise State has taken shots on goals here or there, but they've bounced off the post, off the crossbar.
Woozy trying to set something up here. Gonna be sent back into the corner. Another demo on a Durtho here, unfortunate.
Look at all the demos piling up. There are now 8 for Plot Twist. Now 8-4 Plot Twist. 30 seconds remaining, just about. Sosa takes a shot. Durtho moves, trying to crowd away from them. Will pass to Preston on the other side of the field. Just 30 seconds left. Expert moves in. Durtho doesn't have, he has Preston to pass to, but Coffer steals it away. Coffer now places one on goal. Durtho keeps it away. Just 15 seconds left. Boise State still has to put 2 on the board. Now just 10, and Durtho demoed again by Expert. A double there. And I would think that this is definitely the end of the second round. Boise State having to face a full reverse sweep.
Ooh, yeah, these demolitions, just at this point, it's almost like they're playing TDM with these demolitions, just making it hard to fully play as a team.
Well, I think the word here, and this isn't necessarily, a really fun word to say, but I think the word is refinement. I think that Plot Twist is just, they're able to read plays faster, they're able to get to the ball faster, and they're winning these 50-50s. At the time that I'm seeing face-offs and 50-50s, it's almost always going, not just going in favor of Plot Twist, but they're demoing Boise State as well. So it's a very old Doc's keys to the game, but it used to be Oulé those demos was something we'd give them every single game. But Boise State just, it's really tough because when you get to this level of competition, it can come down to a matter of milliseconds on how fast the other team is able to read your play, and those milliseconds make all the difference. And I think that as we're getting closer and closer to the very end of qualifying for the Rocket League Championship Series, the pro level of the game, you're just going to start running into those people who can pass faster than you, read faster than you, are going to be able to read your plays. The question is, can Boise State group themselves for Game 3 and start this long road on a reverse sweep. That would at least allow them to get into Day 4. And they've made a valiant run so far. But these are the types of teams that you're eventually going to be facing at this level of competition.
Back into it.
Woozy looks to push one shot. It's not two, anyone. Expert will try to corral it. Pass it over to Sosa. Girtho left with not quite anyone to pass it to. Woozy takes the ball. Sosa, big one, up and down to the teammate, and Expert gets another shot on goal. See Preston trying to read this, but too late in getting back there. It hardly even started to turn by the time that ball had gotten past the midfield mark. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left. Demo on to Expert. That's what I like to see. Answered back, fight fire with fire. Preston goes in for a shot. Doesn't make it in. Offer heading up against Durfo. Sosa around the corner, stopped by Woozy. Woozy looking to pass to Preston upfield. Expert looking, trying to drop the ball. Oh, Durtho almost had a chance to get a shot on goal there, but they just played a bit faster, and they immediately turned that in to a goal right back. Look at Preston here. Again, the Preston is trying to face off, but you don't have that backup player from Boise rotating. I know, okay, it was Woozy, but again, just a little bit too slow. Everything has to be like clockwork. The gears have to mesh perfectly here, and the timing has to be near perfect.
You know, see Woozy trying to set it up. Durtho fires and then not quite far enough. Preston, though, going to be launching it back into the corner here. Expert, though, trying to keep it out.
Ooh. Plot twist, not really able to find their clear. Now here goes Coffer. Now Coffer moves. Durtho trying to drive it, not going to find it. Another shot, it's blocked by Sosa. Durtho comes in, quick shot placed onto the goal, saved by Expert. Durtho gets a demo, another opportunity. Preston far back on the field, and he doesn't want to bite off more than he can chew. If he had went in there, that would have been a wide open goal for the Broncos. So they just have to let this one slide. 3 minutes left in this game. Preston places one back into the corner. Woozy goes up high. Durtho comes in, but played around by Coffer. Now back over toward Boise State's corner. Again, you're just seeing all of this play around the Broncos. And one other thing that I would probably like to point out is one thing I'm noticing just in pure speed. I mean, look at how consistently Plot Twist is refilling on their boost up to full. I have to wonder if sometimes there isn't a bit of boost starving going on to Boise State. I can't prove that fact. It's just a hunch that I have right now. Durtho now takes the ball up, off to the other side of the field. Coffer plays around. Demo on to Preston. Durtho moving up mid. Woozy trying to face off against Sosa, runs right into him. Demo on to Preston again. Coffer trying to fake out Woozy, not going to find it there. It is a save. Durtho comes in, shot placed onto the goal by Expert. Look at that one yet again. Expert places it off. I mean, he immediately reads it, and Durtho was flying backwards. So it would have required a huge amount of acrobatics to be able to stop that. Although one of the things I got to say is with the amount of demos, even if it doesn't get into a goal, that does come with the side effect of resetting the other team's boost. So maybe we're just going to let that one slide. Durtho looking to recover, passes to Woozy up on midfield. Coffer places one down in front of the Broncos goal. They'll live to fight another day. But anyway, those demos reset you to 33 on the boost, so maybe it's not quite boost starving in terms of stealing the hundreds, but it might be boost starving just on pure demos. Again, I can't prove this at all. It's just another hunch of mine. Expert now trying to push it into the corner. Preston passes it over to Durtho. They'll make it across midfield mark. Ball up high, back knocked by Sosa. Quick shot onto the goal, and Broncos are left fumbling, stumbling, as the fourth goal is scored on them by Plot Twist. Yeah, Woozy commits on that, but just Sosa leaves it on there, and now there's 1 minute 14 seconds left. About 15 seconds for each goal. It would have to be the ultimate plot twist at this point to make 4 goals up in just 1 minute. Durtho gets demoed. 1 minute left. Well, I'd say that's a plot twist. They leave their goal open and Woozy scores on it. So it's in the outside realm of possibility, but Broncos are still in this game. Next kickoff. Durtho trying to follow up. It's going to be Woozy actually gets the touch on it. Durtho plays it, can't quite get it. Demoed again by Expert, my goodness. Absolutely ruthless plot twist as a team. Expert setting it up, dunking it down, almost picture perfect. Preston is there to be able to stop it. We have just 30 seconds left in this match. Sosa now looking to maybe put one more on the board. Boise State, I mean, look, they're all going after the ball, just doing whatever they can to stop it. At this point, though, this looks like it is the end of the journey for the Broncos. They've just run into one of those teams where you can't do anything else but tip your cap to them, say good game, we'll get you next time. One more goal to end it all at the 1 second mark. Boise State fall into plot twist in game number 3. And that will do it for Rocket League. They made it 3 games thus far, but 3 days, but the last game, the last one that they had, yeah, they just gave a little courtesy tap, kind of taking the knee, you know. American football, car football, you know, kind of the equivalent there. But, I mean, look at the shots on goal there. 78% for plot twist against Boise State. It was just, they were a team that is very good in their abilities all around and a bit faster in executing them as well. And I think that's what did it at the end of the day. And speaking of the end of the day, that is just about it for us here at the arena. But I do believe that we have some highlights to lead out with you, whether they're the top 5 or they're just the regular highlights. They're brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, inviting you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. Idaho Army National Guard is one of the best teams to join out there. Reach out to them at Twitch at iGuard Gaming. We hope you had a good weekend. We'll join you tomorrow, Monday, for more esports action. But for now, enjoy some highlights and have a good night.